and you can slap it on the Broadway marquee.
Call 412-642-PENS or visit PittsburghPenguins.com for details. Be sure to ask about our new fan experience packages. Penguin season presented by UPMC.
FNB is the official retail and digital bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins. So what does that mean? Well, it means you can expect great checking, obviously, and top caliber performance at home and on the road with the best-in-class FNB Direct mobile banking app. It means hard work and a winning attitude, day in, day out. And it means we're always looking for a chance to assist on your goals. Let's get started. FNB, member FDIC.
At Shop and Save, we know these athletes need teammates they can rely on. Teammates that support them and know how to lead everyone to a win. In the grocery aisles, every shopper needs that too. When it comes to scoring the best deals every day, Shop and Save is your teammate. Coming in clutch with digital coupons, weekly specials, and pump perks to redeem at 140 participating Sunoco locations. Shop, save, and enjoy life with plenty of ways to save.
Pens fans, hockey is back and we're ready to get rowdy. Pick up some Labatt Blue Light, turn on the game, and get cracking all season long. Labatt Blue Light, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Always enjoy responsibly. Beer, 2024 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York, all rights reserved. Labatt regular U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd. Message for 21 and older.
Stop by Levite in Russellton for $4 Labatt Blue bottles during all Penguins games.
Puck drop is around the corner. But first, we go between the pipes. Sponsored by PPG, the official paint of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Matchup tonight in goal. Freddie Anderson will play tonight for Carolina, and Joel Bloomquist will play for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Here's what Sully had to say about the young goaltender who stopped 26 of 28 in a spectacular fashion the other night against Buffalo.
I think he's gotten progressively better with every start that he's had. We were real encouraged after the first start, the exhibition game in Buffalo, which wasn't the greatest experience. But we were so encouraged with how he reacted to that. I think, that could potentially affect young goalies, their confidence, whatever it may be, but it certainly didn't with him. He just went back to work, and he's gotten progressively better with every start that he's gotten. So he's obviously a quality goaltender, and he's playing extremely well right now.
Yes, he is. I happened to be sitting in the stands the other night for a while down there in that lower bowl, right at the same end zone where Bloomquist was making save after save on breakaways and 2-on-1s, and he made it look easy, which is not an easy thing to do, believe me, especially the chances those guys were getting. It was really something to behold. Michelle Dudek of Monessen, Pennsylvania, has a chance on our Shop and Save shutout sweepstakes to win a $250 gift card from Shop and Save if Bloomquist can shut out the Canes tonight. And if not, Michelle will still receive a $25 gift card from Shop and Save. If you'd like to register for the Shop and Save shutout sweepstakes, log on to PittsburghPenguins.com. It is Mario Lemieux bobblehead night. Don't know if you saw it, but there's a really good show about Mario's arrival here in 1984. It's being aired right now on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Just a fabulous production. It's only a half-hour show, but it's really something special. You might want to look for it in your listings because you don't want to miss it. It's great stuff. But we're going to have some excerpts from that show coming up when we back-check the Pens in a moment on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
When you're looking to play, Bet Rivers will make your day.
Take a chance, you'll see.
You like slots, we've got lots. Blackjack, roulette, take your shot.
It's where you want to be.
Bet Rivers Online Casino is your home for chance. With hundreds of slots, live table games, and more. Bet Rivers Online Casino. Check out the app.
Take a chance.
Must be 21 plus and physically present in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, DQ fans, it's our favorite season of the year, hockey season, and the new DQ Fall Blizzard treat menu. With new and returning flavors, there's a seasonal sensation for everyone to enjoy. Order your custom Penguins DQ cake, too. Dairy Queen, the official ice cream and ice cream cake of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Now that Baird and Heffron-Tillotson are one, we're proud to call Pittsburgh home. And with 8 locations in the region, we're even prouder to be helping so many of our neighbors build secure financial futures. From our big picture global perspective and business expertise, down to the personalized master plan we'll create based on your unique goals and dreams, your financial security is our first priority. Discover the Baird difference. Visit rwbaird.com/Pittsburgh. Robert W. Baird & Company, Incorporated, member SIPC.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
From the electricity in PPG Paints Arena to the highlight reel plays, there's nothing quite like Penguins hockey. Be there live to cheer them on as the official ticketing partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ticketmaster has you covered with the largest selection of seats for any budget. Get off the couch and into the stands. Grab your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com/Penguins. Paul Steigerwald is getting you ready for the action on Penguins Live pregame. This segment is brought to you by your local Pittsburgh area Lexus dealer. Experience amazing.
It was October 11th of 1984 when Mario Lemieux made the Lemieux debut at the Boston Garden and scored a goal on his very first shift. Great show right now airing on Sportsnet Pittsburgh, produced by Brian Lasik and narrated by Rob King. Outstanding. You want to see it for sure. Here's some excerpts from that show.
Pittsburgh, la premier choix.
El número 66.
Number 66.
Mario Lemieux.
Mario Lemieux.
It is the biggest thing that's ever happened to the Pittsburgh Penguin organization.
There was a lot of hype with Mario coming into camp. It was obvious he had a tremendous amount of talent.
The Lemieux debut on the road.
The Boston Bruins were a powerhouse.
Lemieux left side, walking to the net. Here he comes. He shoots and scores!
I mean, it was just something that you can't describe.
Yeah, he had all the tools. What made Mario magnificent? He's even a better person.
He captured our imagination, and then he fulfilled the promise, and then some.
Number 66, Mario Lemieux.
1984 marked the most important year in Penguins history. But well before that magical time, the Pens and their fans suffered through years of heartbreak and disappointment.
Headlines and, young kid named Mario Lemieux breaking every scoring record in the Quebec Major Junior, Guy Lafleur, Pierre LaRouche records. I'm like, those records should never have been touched. And here's this kid, just kind of waltzing and gracefully doing this thing.
In the days before the draft lottery, Lemieux was good enough that the Pens and the New Jersey Devils, the two worst teams in the league, seemed to be in a fight for the bottom, since the team that finished last would have the right to draft Lemieux.
I think most people don't realize there was quite a debate whether or not Mario was going to be the first pick in the draft. It seems so easy now to look back and say, well, there wasn't any question. But at the time, before Mario was drafted, there were a lot of people that thought Kirk Muller was going to be a better player than Mario. And the reason being is because Brian Trottier had led the Islanders, and Muller was more of a Brian Trottier type of player. And so there were a lot of so-called experts that really debated whether or not Mario Lemieux would be the first pick.
I now declare these proceedings open, and without further hesitation, I believe we are ready for our first selection. The first order of claim is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, la premier choix de Pittsburgh. Number 66, Mario Lemieux.
First day he stepped on the ice in Mount Lebanon, he fell down first time, and everybody's going, the whole place is sold out to watch Mario step on the ice, and he falls down. I don't know, somebody taped his skates or something.
And he came to training camp, and Mario started, working out. And he didn't really work out a lot back then. And Rod Buskus came up to me and said, "What do you think about, Lemieux? He doesn't look too fast or whatever." We were just doing drills. Bob Berry was the coach then. And Rod Buskus was playing against him. And, Mario had 3 goals in his first shift. And, I was on the ice, and as Rod went back to the bench, he was just shaking his head. And I said, "Boy, looks pretty good to me, Busky. What do you think?"
Fourth, the crowd excited, and there is Mario Lemieux, and he is off, racing in all alone. Lemieux, his first shot on goal, and he scores! Mario Lemieux, living up quickly to all the advertisements on his first shot on goal. Walks in on Pete Peters, puts on a deke, leaves Peters out to dry, and Mario Lemieux is now the leading scorer in the NHL.
High point, lost to Lemieux. Lemieux's back breakaway. Lemieux left side, walking to the net. Here he comes. He shoots and scores! Mario Lemieux, oh, great balls of fire. And Lemieux scores his first NHL goal in a breakaway, and he put Peters out on the causeway here in Boston.
I mean, it was just something that you can't describe. Here's this big center iceman and just takes your breath away and takes the puck and goes and just speeds his way up ice and makes the play that he did to score the first goal in the first shift. And it was almost like, are you kidding me? It stops you right there in your tracks. And it was the sense and the way he did it too. I mean, really was, he just turned Pete Peters inside out and left him on the causeway going out the other side of Boston. So it was a really, really super moment in Penguin history.
That's the great Mike Lang. We heard from Troy Loney. We heard from Dave Hannon. We heard from Doug Shedden and Brian Trottier. Al Albert made that call. He is the brother of Marv Albert and Kenny Albert's uncle. And that was the very first game ever televised by Nesson, which is now the parent company of Sportsnet Pittsburgh and owned partially by Fenway Sports Group. A lot more coming up in UPMC Penguins Live pregame. We got the old 2-9er, but next it's Coach's Corner on the Penguins Radio Network presented by S&T Bank.
I'm Billy Joel. We've got stories about my songs and lots more on the Billy Joel channel. Now, for a limited time, I lit the keys of a piano on fire during one of our club gigs that we did in the early 70s. I had some lighter fluid, and I said, what the hell? The Billy Joel channel. Exclusively on Sirius XM Channel 17. Everywhere on the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
You either put up or shut up. Marchand does, Doughty does, Stone does. And if you don't have enough of those players, get rid of them, because they'll make you lose. They'll frustrate the fan base. I want people that are with me, rowing in the same direction. And if you can't, get out of town. We'll find someone who can.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
No one keeps you closer to U.S. soccer than Sirius XM FC.
We're now joined by U.S. men's national team head coach Mauricio Pochettino.
The country is about to compete, to win, and to give everything. What we need to translate to the fans, we need to be protagonists, we need to be aggressive team, an entertainment team, because we are USA and the culture is about to win.
Hear more from Mauricio Pochettino on the Sirius XM app. Just search FC.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots and scores!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM. The best hockey lives here.
Burns gets it back, stick handles to the backhand, moves in front, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
On this segment of the UPMC Penguins Live pregame show, we hear what Penguins head coach Mike Sullivan has to say before puck drop. Sponsored by Jim Shorkey Auto Group, an official auto dealer of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Canes were 4th in the league in goals against last year. They finished 1st in penalty killing, and Mike Sullivan says it's in their DNA under Rod Brindamore.
For the most part, they have tended to have a defensive DNA. I also think the style of play that they play
lends to that also. They might be the hardest man-on-man team in the league. They try to play on top of teams. Their breakouts are very simplistic in form. They make a lot of space plays, high flips, punt and hunt, and they chase pucks down. So it's, I think by nature of that, that they're trying not to spend a whole lot of time in their end zone. So part of it, I think, is style of plays. Part of it is their personnel group. And quite honestly, I'm sure it goes hand in hand. I'm sure the coaching staff looked at their group and said, how can we play here to set up, to play to our strength, so to speak. And the game that they play, they're very good at, and they've had a lot of success playing that way.
Jesse Puljujarvi will visit with the old 2-Niner next. It's 2 minutes with the old 2-Niner coming up on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, your neighborhood Ford store. Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs are the official vehicles of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hey, it's Hockey Talk time, where teamwork takes the spotlight. In hockey, success begins with a superb lineup, much like our Penguins.
Oh, you got that right, Roger. And speaking of success, Ford's lineup offers a winning combination of power, agility, and leadership.
Ooh, sounds like a dream team to me, Jimmy. With that being said, it's our pleasure to introduce an unbeatable roster: Mustang, F-150, Bronco Sport, and Escape.
Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Penguins have a storied collection of MVPs. Now, Mr. Magic Car Wash has an MVP of its own. Our 2-car monthly unlimited premier plan gives your family twice the shine for just $59.99. Sign up today at MrMagicCarWash.com, official car wash of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
FNB is the official retail and digital bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins. So what does that mean? Well, it means you can expect great checking, obviously, and top caliber performance at home and on the road with the best-in-class FNB Direct mobile banking app. It means hard work and a winning attitude, day in, day out. And it means we're always looking for a chance to assist on your goals. Let's get started. FNB, member FDIC.
On the ice, playing smart can sound like this. And in the grocery store, shopping smart will sound like this. At Shop and Save, you can have a game-winning meal plan with essential everyday Culinary Circle and Stone Ridge Creamery products. Stock up on our store brands and rack up your pump perks to redeem at 140 participating Sunoco locations. Shop, save, enjoy life.
This is the Pittsburgh Penguins Hockey Network. This copyrighted broadcast is the property of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of all or part of this broadcast, or any descriptions or accounts of this game therein without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Penguins is strictly prohibited. 2 minutes with the old 2-Niner, sponsored by FedEx Ground, official delivery company of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Welcome to 2 minutes with the old 2-Niner, Pens and Canes tonight. We're joined now by former Cane, current Penguin forward, Jesse Puljujarvi. And Jesse, I've been around a while. I've seen players have good training camps, but it doesn't always translate to the regular season. For you, it has. You had a great camp, and it looks like you're oozing with confidence here in the regular season. Do you think it's as much your health, your physical health, as well as where you are between the ears and how you're feeling confidence-wise?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long journey for me, finding the way, what works for me. And yeah, I mean, I'm feeling on the ice pretty good, and for sure I'm now 26. I'm not little boy anymore, and I've been seeing a lot of things. I've been learning a lot of things. So yeah, it's just find the balance, and yeah, now I enjoy to do the work in, learn even more the game, and yeah, help this team to be a good team.
How much does it help to play with a guy like Lars Eller? And Lars is playing some good hockey too, but just the veteran presence to have him as your center iceman.
No, yeah, it's good because he's so strong, see the game, and yeah, I try to. Then I guess he tried to help me, and I try to help him. So yeah, that's good stuff.
Last one, Yessi. As I mentioned, you were a former Hurricane. Not there for a long time. I don't even know if it was a good time, but 17 games. What did you learn about Rod Brind'Amour as a head coach and the style that the Hurricanes play and what we should expect tonight, Pens and Canes?
Yeah, they play really heavy one against one game. So they always, when you see someone, it's always like close. And yeah, it's fast game. The guys are really good shape there. Yeah, it's fast game. And so tonight we have to really prepare to be put pucks behind and play there, not like they want.
Yessi, thanks for doing this. Have a great game. Go get the Canes.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's Yessi Puljujärvi, and your 2 minutes with the old 2-9er. Enjoy the hockey game.
This is the Highmark Injury Update, brought to you by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, official and exclusive healthcare plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, back to the Penguins Radio Network.
I think they should change the name and the nickname of the Canes to the Clones, because it's like 18 Rod Brind'Amour skating around the ice. You heard what Yessi Puljujärvi said. He said it's fast, it's close, it's heavy. And those are all the things that he did. He was a really good two-way player and a really good penalty killer, and everything they do is in the image and likeness of their coach, Rod Brind'Amour. Looking at our Highmark injury list, it's Blake Lizotte still out for the Penguins, but skating and getting close, I think. Matt Nieto out, as well as Vasily Ponomarev. Alex Nedeljkovic has been sent to Wilkes-Barre on a conditioning assignment, and for the Canes, it's Riley Stillman out of the lineup. Let's take a look at our lottery numbers for tonight. The Powerball jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $408 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Joe Brand and the old 2-9er Phil Bourque have the call for you. The Pens and the Canes, the Clones, are coming up on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Lock in your seats for Tuesday, October 29th, when Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins battle Marc-Andre Fleury and the Minnesota Wild at PPG Paints Arena.
Pass the ball, can one-timer, scores! Gino Machino with the missile!
Memories are made here. Secure your tickets today for October 29th when the Penguins host the Wild. Order your tickets now at PittsburghPenguins.com. Penguin season presented by UPMC.
You know, I should have been a hockey player. My finances are 100% in the penalty box.
You should just put all that debt on ice.
Yeah, but how?
Well, when you get a home equity total line of credit, you can use that money toward making home improvements, consolidating debt, or anything, really.
Where'd you learn that?
I just made S&T Bank my bank, and they can also be your bank. You just got to drop the puck.
When it's time to set up a winning strategy, S&T Bank will get you in the game. Stop by a branch today or visit stbank.com/PensRadio to learn more. S&T Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The best hockey.
All
lives
three
here.
Canucks are back. Shen, in, Shen, Perron, Schwartz, they score!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
From the electricity in BPG Paints Arena to the highlight reel plays, there's nothing quite like Penguins hockey. Be there live to cheer them on as the official ticketing partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ticketmaster has you covered with the largest selection of seats for any budget. Get off the couch and into the stands. Grab your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com/Penguins.
When you're looking to play, Bet Rivers will make your day.
Take a chance, you'll see.
You like slots, we've got lots. Blackjack, roulette, take your shots.
It's where you want to be.
Bet Rivers Online Casino is your home for chance, with hundreds of slots, live table games, and more. Bet Rivers Online Casino. Check out the app.
Take a chance.
Must be 21 plus and physically present in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Pittsburgh Penguins Radio Network proudly presents Penguins Hockey. The Penguins Radio Network is presented by S&T Bank and brought to you in part by Number One Cochrane, Go One Better, by IC Light, by Shop and Save, proud partner of the Penguins Radio Network, By McDonald's, providing you the official burger of the Pittsburgh Penguins. By Get Go Cafe and Market. Get Go, where the Pens go. By Coca-Cola, founding partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins hockey is also presented in part by Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of the Penguins. By Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. By Clearview Federal Credit Union, helping people enjoy a better life. And by Indra Energy, an official Penguins Pledge champion partner. And now to the action, called by Joe Brand and the old 2-9er Phil Bourque.
This short homestand in Pittsburgh started with a little bit of history, and it ends tonight as the Penguins hope to stay above 500. And as much fun as Wednesday night was with Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin hitting milestones, a much cleaner game is necessary tonight with Rod Brindamore's Carolina Hurricanes in town. Welcome in, Penguins fans, and welcome back to PPG Paints Arena, where Mike Sullivan's Pittsburgh Penguins are looking for a winning streak. They've won their last two. Now they have a chance to sweep the homestand. Alongside the old 2-9er Phil Bourque, I'm Joe Brand. And Borky, as wild as Wednesday was, this Penguins team can't rely on their 22-year-old goaltender to help bail them out of some trouble tonight, because the Carolina Hurricanes might be one of the most structured teams in the NHL.
Well said, my friend. The Carolina Hurricanes are not the Buffalo Sabres. I can promise you that. And if you're down 2-0 early on to the Carolina Hurricanes, that is a mountain you do not want to climb, because you're exactly right. They are as structured and disciplined as any other team in the league. They're a team that is designed to generate their offense from strong defensive play. And if you don't do it under Rod Brindamore, you don't play. That's the way it goes. And I've said this before, Joe, and I'll say it again, that I feel that almost every team in the league is a mirror image of their head coach. And if you really start to grind on that a little bit, you're like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. And it's no truer than these Carolina Hurricanes, because Rod Brindamore, the person, the coach, and the former player, plays a lot like all the guys wearing the red and white. That's just the way it is in Carolina. But the Pens and the Canes, you don't talk about it as a rivalry, but I still think it is, because rivalries are really fostered in the playoffs, right? And the Penguins and the Canes have had enough playoff matchups, and I know the names and the faces have changed, but some of them haven't. And it seems like whenever these two teams get together, not only is it a Metro matchup, but it's a matchup that has some individual hatred, and I love that.
Even our own Paul Steigerwald saying they should be called the Clones, because they are just a bunch of Rod Brindamores out there, as Rod Brindamore enters his 7th year as the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes. 279 wins, 131 losses, and 44 in overtime. Carolina comes in with just 2 games played, Borky. They're 1-1. But let's talk about the Pittsburgh Penguins offense a little bit, because even though Evgeny Malkin is on this best stretch of his career, which is surprising to even see, it's not just Malkin, it's not just Crosby. There's 10 other scorers that have knocked in a goal so far this year. What's the biggest difference in this offense that you've seen this season compared to last?
Oh, you're right. The Canes only 2 games. One game was postponed because of the weather down in Tampa Bay. But to get to your point, it gives me the warm and fuzzies. It puts a smile on my heart for you to say that 10 different goal scorers. I just feel like if you're going to win in the National Hockey League, you need some depth scoring. You need guys to chip in now and again and not just get the 8th goal and an 8-2 win. And the Penguins have got big goals from big guys, whether it's Drew O'Connor, whether it's Nola Chari. There's been a whole bunch of guys that have been able to find their way not only on the score sheet with apples, but score sheet with goals. And that's something that was lacking here for quite a few years. And the teams that have had success here, you can all pinpoint this 3rd line and that 4th line guy, and on the list goes on. It's so important. And Mike Sullivan said it. Now I'm going to echo it, that it lightens the load for the big boys. That when they're driving to the rink, they're not grinding. They're not thinking, oh my God, we've only had 6 goals in the last 4 games. Like, they feel free. They feel like I can just go out and play. That I don't have to score every game. I can just play my game, and that any given night, it could be any different guy making their way onto the score sheet.
And that's clearly the case for Evgeny Malkin. 11 points in his first 5 games, the best stretch of his long career. And really, It's 11 points in his last 4 games because the Penguins were shut out by New York on opening night. He's the first Penguin to have this type of start since Mario Lemieux back in 2002, 2003. It happens to be Lemieux bobblehead night here at PPG Paints Arena as well. But let's talk about 71 for a moment, because now that 500 is out of the picture, what can we expect from this guy who's already off to the best start of his career?
Another level? Yeah, there's more there. You know it, and I do. And he admitted that he was thinking about it. And, you talk to anybody who's going for 1,000 points, 500, those kind of milestones, you just want to get them out of the way. Because you know it's a celebration. You know you want it. You don't want to say, oh, my God, I want it so bad. But you just want to get it out of the way. And now that he's got that out of the way, Sid has his 1,600th point. Check and check. Again, now you just play free. Like, in with the good, out with the bad. You just play like a free player. He just looks healthy. He looks happy. The joy is back in Gino's game, and that is trouble for the opponent.
Milestone approaching for Sidney Crosby as well. He's just 7 away from 600 career goals. Might have heard a big roar. That was for Yoel Blomqvist, the 22-year-old goaltender who starts again tonight at PPG Paints Arena. It's a hockey night in Pittsburgh. The Penguins hosting the Canes. We'll have it for you next here on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank. Penguins hockey is back at PPG Paints Arena.
Crosby comes in for Pittsburgh on the backhander. He scores! There's that patented backhand shot from the captain.
Join us for this year's must-see matchups and gotta-have-it giveaways with a custom no-fee 5-game flex plan. Build your plan today at PittsburghPenguins.com. Top angle shot, centering pass, they score! Drew O'Connor catches the feed from Evgeny Malkin. Secure your custom no-fees 5-game flex plan today at PittsburghPenguins.com. Attention Penguins fans, are you ready to make a difference? Join the sustainability movement with Indra Energy, a proud partner of the Penguins Pledge. Choose Indra Energy's renewable energy plan and join the movement to help combat climate change. Your electricity usage will be paired with renewable energy certificates from electricity sources like wind and solar, which may help reduce your carbon footprint. In 1 year alone, Indra Energy customers prevented thousands of tons of carbon from entering the Earth's atmosphere. Sign up today at indraenergy.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, this is Phil Bork, and I'm here with Joe Stefka. Joe, it's widely known that NSS Life has been leading the industry in low-cost life insurance and high-yielding annuities and IRAs for a long time.
Thanks, Phil. In fact, our $50,000 youth term plan is only $50 per year. Just call for details.
Providing for your family since 1890. That's NSS Life.
NSS Life, where family matters.
The Pittsburgh Penguins look to make it a 3-game winning streak as they welcome in the Carolina Hurricanes to PPG Paints Arena. Along with the old 2-9er Phil Bork, I'm Joe Brand, and we're just thrilled to have you here with us for another edition of Pittsburgh Penguins hockey. Let's talk about the top line, or at least the line starting tonight's game for the Penguins. Mike Sullivan going with Michael Bunting, Evgeny Malkin, and Ricard Raquel once again as they started last night's game, I should say the last game, against the Buffalo Sabres. Ron Brindamore going with Jordan Martinook, Jordan Staal, and William Carrier to begin this one as the Penguins in their black home sweaters, Carolina Hurricanes in their white road sweaters, and our opening face-off by number 1 Cochran, Go One Better, is controlled by the Pens. We're underway from Pittsburgh as the Penguins attack from left to right from their own zone. A clearing attempt goes out of play to stop the action 10 seconds in.
And no surprise, we're seeing our old friend Jordan Staal matched up against Evgeny Malkin. And that's what I'm talking about. There are individual matchups, individual hatred. And Staal and Malkin, man, they will just lock horns. And those are two big boys that don't shy away from physicality.
Staal, the former first-round pick by the Penguins back in 2006, second overall. Meanwhile, Frederik Andersen is in net for the Carolina Hurricanes tonight as he takes on the Penguins for the 14th time in his career. This is only his second start against the Pens in the last 5 seasons, as the Canes dump it out into the Penguins and rung along the near wall, but kept alive at the half boards by Staal. Down below the goal line, Martinook digs after it, but it's taken by Erik Karlsson. They'll let some traffic subside as the Canes get a few fresh bodies out there. Just in this opening minute from Pittsburgh, no score. Carlson taking his time behind Blomqvist's net, up to Marcus Pettersson, sent ahead to the neutral zone. Anthony Beauvillier will chip it over to the Canes end. A race for it that Jacob Slavin wins, but then the Penguins keep it alive at the far boards, taken by Svechnikov of Carolina. Brings it to the neutral zone, went for a centering pass, taken by the Pens for a moment, now kept alive by Carolina. Slavin at the near point with a cross-ice pass. Brent Burns a drive, and the first save of the night by Joel Blomqvist. 18:47 left in this first period, no score.
That was going wide. I don't know if they'll give them a shot on goal, but nonetheless, that right there, that catch and release by Brent Burns, get used to it. We're going to see it all night. This is what the Canes do. Whenever they have a chance to shoot, no matter how bad the angle is, they will fire pucks into the feet of the goaltender, into the blue paint, and then they're expecting you to outmuscle them and outwork them in front of your goal for second and third ops.
Brent Burns playing in his 21st year in the league as a shot gets blocked by Drew O'Connor. Canes dump it back into the Penguin zone. Goss to spare with it from the corner, sends it over to the far side that O'Connor chases down, lifts up into the air, goes tumbling into the neutral zone. Jesse Puljujärvi will chip it over to the Canes end. Goes all the way to the goal line. That Anderson plays. Lost centering pass. Puljujärvi can't get a clean handle on it. Hurricanes take it back the other way. Slide pass to Aho over the Penguins line. Svechnikov now accelerating and firing. It goes high, skims the netting. Stop the clock almost 2 minutes into this hockey game. No score.
Well, a little malfunction at the junction there for 35-year-old Frederik Andersen. And he lives to tell the tale there as Lars Eller heavy on the forecheck. Just threw it in front. He had a feeling that Puljujärvi and O'Connor were there. They were both there, but that bouncing puck just eluded the stick of both Penguins players with the net vacated by Freddie Andersen.
Puljujärvi, the former Cane, played 17 games with them a few years back. He was our pregame guest with the old 2-9er, and he's not a little boy anymore, is what he said, right?
That's his words, not mine.
As Carolina re-racks in their own zone. 2 minutes into this game, we've got no score. Natchez with it in the neutral zone. Takes it up towards the Pens line. Rings it along the boards in the Penguin zone. Blomqvist will slow it down with his stick as Pettersson sends it up along the far side. Kept alive by Stahl. Centering pass. Backhand shot. And a save by Blomqvist. First with his forearm and then just gloved the rebound to stop the action. 17:48 left in the first.
Yeah, Penguins turn the puck over on a rim in their defensive zone. And you're looking for a goaltender oozing with confidence. We just witnessed it right there. As Jesperi Kotkaniemi was all alone by himself. I thought for a second, because he got it on his forehand, then he got it to his backhand real quick. He's probably about, 4 feet in front of Blomqvist.
Yeah.
Tried to go upstairs on the backhand, and Blomqvist just came out. His hand way out in front of him, Joe, and just robbed the Carolina forward. Juggled the puck for a second, and then looked at Kotkaniemi and just said, I got your biscuit right here, kid.
Another shot coming, almost got deflected in. Ryan Graves trying to swat it out of the crease. Puck's alive to the right of Blomqvist. Kept alive by Carolina in the near corner in the Penguins zone. Broken free by Robinson. Now the Pens chip it along the end wall. Graves gets it out to Kevin Hayes, who tries to backhand it out of the Penguins zone. Now taken by Cody Glass. He brings it to the neutral zone. Scooped up by Carolina yet again, though. Josiah Slavin. The cross-ice pass to Brent Burns. Stretch pass. Jordan Stahl takes over the Penguins line. Fluttering pass, a centering try, and another save by Blomqvist. Jordan Martinook denied right on the doorstep. Penguins break it out. Here's Evgeny Malkin over the Canes line. Cross-ice pass that was swatted out of there by Stahl, right to the neutral zone. Grzelcyk settles it down off the bench. Grzelcyk with a back skate and then sends it ahead to Ricard Raquel, far side of the neutral zone. Chip free towards Michael Bunting at the far point. He can't keep it alive in the Canes zone. We get a whistle blown.
Well, we have a penalty here. Going up against the Canes. The holding is the call. The door for Carolina is open. Here's your call.
Number 26. 2 minute minor penalty.
There you go. Sean Walker. 2 minutes or less in the sin bin. Partner, I want to get back to that last chance. That was 28, not 48. Carrier on that chance. Stahl sends the saucer pass to Carrier. He got in behind Jack St. Ivany, and he got it on his backhand. What a beautiful saucer pass by Jordan Stahl to Carrier. Got it on his backhand. He's in all by himself, and then tried to just flick it on the forehand. And once again, Joel Blomqvist, calm, cool, and collected.
So the Penguins on the power play for the first time tonight, but Carolina taking possession of it on the near side of the near wall in their own zone. They throw it down to the Penguins end to kill off some time. 15 seconds into this Penguins power play. Top unit out there with Letang, Carlson, Malkin, Crosby, and Brian Russ. Penguins with 2 power play goals in their last game against Buffalo, even a shorthanded goal. And then the game winner from Sidney Crosby coming in overtime with a man advantage. The Penguins finally do get over the Carolina Hurricanes line. They ring it along the boards. Over to the near corner, though. Slavin tries to crank it out. He can't. Malkin keeps it alive. Letang near point. Chipped down to Crosby. It was easily stolen by Slavin. He flutters it down to the Penguins and killing off more time. 1:10 left on the Pens power play.
Here's what's going on. You're talking about the #1 penalty killing unit in the league last year. Super, super aggressive in your face. They're daring the Penguins to move the puck quicker. Another turnover by the Penguins here. The #1 unit just threw their hands up in the air, and they're all going off the ice. That the Canes are in their face so quick. The Penguins power play #1 unit, they're not ready for in-your-face penalty killing.
Not even a shot attempt from the Penguins on the power play yet. They're being outshot. Overall, 5-0 by Carolina as they do get it into the Carolina zone. Far half wall, Kevin Hayes rings it along to the near side. Scooped up by Bunting at the near point. Got stripped of the puck, and Carolina will crack it out again.
Too slow. Too slow, whether in your mind, your hands, whatever it is, as far as the puck movement. And the Canes are all over the Penguins, and they have no time to do anything.
Rickard Rakell dumps it into the Canes end, over to the far corner, sent along the boards. Once again, gets out to the neutral zone. 15 seconds left on this Penguins power play. Not much to show.
They haven't even set it up yet. That's a discerning thing right there. They've had possession of the puck, but they can barely get in the zone.
They send it back over the Carolina line. Kevin Hayes can't keep it alive, and he'll have to chase it down to the neutral zone. Out of the box is Walker. We're back to 5-on-5.
Thank goodness.
Penguins without a shot attempt on the power play. 14:30 left in this first period. No score, but Carolina with all the momentum, all the control. Gaining speed in the neutral zone. Now is Natchez putting it ahead to Kokeniemi. He high sticks it down to the ice, stopping the action with 14:21 left in the first period. No score.
Well, you can kind of exhale on that power play, and you almost feel like, thank goodness they didn't get scored against, because there was some cross-ice passes where you held your breath. Let's see if they can get the momentum back. They were starting to build some momentum. As you mentioned, they were outshot early on. Now it's still 5-0. But what I'm curious, Joe, the next time the Penguins get a power play, how the power play adjusts to what you just saw there in that 2-minute penalty kill by the Canes.
Penguins dump it back into Carolina's end, but it's lost. Taken by the Hurricanes in the far corner. Walker will slap it down the far boards, but kept alive by the Penguins. Shot on net. It goes off to the right side. Scooped up by Carolina. Martin Natchez will take it out to the neutral zone. Kokeniemi drops it into the Penguins' end from the near corner. Carolina spits it up to the near point. Cross-ice pass over to the far side. Natchez shooting. Got deflected. Broken up. Loose puck in the slot. It's kicked free to the near corner. And collected by Walker. He'll fling it along the boards over to the far corner. A pass intended towards the high slot. Missed everyone. Off to the races goes Drew O'Connor, but Anderson well out of his net to get a stretch pass over to Carolina. They're back over the Penguins line. Kokeniemi with a centering pass. Got stolen by Rickard Rakell. He couldn't do anything with it, though. Malkin trying to break the puck free. He's got it in between the penalty boxes. Will slide it over the Carolina Hurricanes line, but taken by the Canes. Kokeniemi now with it over the Pens line in the slot. Sent it over to the far side, but it was stolen by Rickard Rakell. He pushes it ahead to Chris Letang. Back to Rakell. Rakell on the near side of the neutral zone. Sends it down along the boards over to the far corner. Michael Bunting chasing after it against Chatfield, but taken by Jordan Stahl of Carolina. Hurricanes spit it out to the neutral zone, but the Penguins collect. Under 13 minutes left in the first period. Here's Bunting with speed over the Carolina Hurricanes line. Rings it along the boards to the near side. Chased after by Malkin. Martinook is there, though. He lifts it up in the air over to the Penguins end. Graves after there. That'll go down for icing. With 12:44 left in the first period. No score, no shots on goal yet for the Pens.
And I have a funny feeling the old Bronx cheer might come out when the Penguins get their first one. Listen, these are highly intelligent Penguin fans. They were not happy last game. You heard the Bronx cheer when Tristan Jarry made his first save after the first 2 pieces of vulcanized rubber get past him. And their expectations are high. They want a lot out of this team, and when they don't see it, they let you know about it.
Puck is in Carolina's zone as Carrier shovels it out to the neutral zone. Stretch pass to Martinook. He's got it over the Penguins line. Stripped of the puck by Carlson, and Graves will pick up the loose puck at the end wall. Gets around a few of the Hurricanes players, throws it off the near boards to the neutral zone where Sidney Crosby will settle it down, and the Penguins end Takes it over to the far side in front of the Penguins bench. Stretch pass out to Brian Rust. Takes it over to the far side. Brings it below the goal line, but then got knocked off the puck by Slavin. Now the Hurricanes break out in transition. Matt Grzelcyk nearly stealing away the puck. Anthony Beauvillier picks it up. And the Penguins send it back the other way. Swatted out to Svechnikov, and that'll be a hand pass. Stop the action with about 12 minutes left in the first. We've got no score from Pittsburgh. Carolina leading in shots on goal, 5-zip as well. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Penguins Pledge is the Penguins' commitment to a better community and environment. Launched in 2023, Penguins Pledge brings awareness and solutions for a more sustainable society. Together with our Pledge champion partners, Davey Tree, Excelitas, Duquesne Light Company, WM and Bradenton Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Penguins are excited to inspire our fans and to create action and awareness on issues of environmental and social sustainability. Learn more at pittsburghpenguins.com/Penguins Pledge.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
Hey, Pittsburgh fans, this is Phil Bourque. In hockey, big goals cause big momentum shift. As we all know, our Penguins have scored a lot of big goals over the years. As a founding partner of the Penguins, PPG also likes big goals and is pursuing them off the ice to better the Pittsburgh community and the world. Through their Colorful Communities program, they team up with community partners to protect and beautify neighborhoods globally. Since 2015, they've completed over 500 projects, including one I had the chance to be a part of right here in Pittsburgh. We like big goals because when we score them, we all win.
No score from Pittsburgh. 12 minutes left in this first period as the Carolina Hurricanes have all 5 shots on goal so far in this one. Pens 0 for 1 on their power play. Along with the old 2-9er, Phil Bourque, I'm Joe Brand. We're in the Built by 84 Lumber broadcast booth. And during the break, Borky, Sidney Crosby being recognized for his 1,600 career points and another opportunity for this fan base to celebrate him.
Keep on going, Sid. Up the list he goes. And I'm sure one day he'd love to catch 66 in goals. With 690 is an area.
Hurricanes have it back over the Penguins line from the near corner. It's sent up to the near point. Over to the far side for Chatfield. Rung along the boards. Swatted out of the trapezoid back at the Chatfield at the far point. Collected at the far half wall. Marcus Pettersson, though, trying to break the puck free. Kept alive by Carolina. On the far half wall, Lars Eller chips at it. Chatfield keeps it active for the Hurricanes. Far corner, Chatfield, high circle, fires, and it went a little bit high. As Orlov sends it down, centering pass. Puck was just loose right in front, swatted out by the Penguins as Chatfield has to bring it down with a high stick, but that'll stop the action. 11-11, make a wish, no score.
That is twice now in the first, 8 minutes and change, where a Carolina Hurricane player was all by himself, and I mean all by himself. You had Kakaniemi earlier in this game, and right there, Svechnikov, Andrei Svechnikov, all by himself also. Penguins got to tighten up defensively, especially against this Canes team.
Had another face-off at center ice that Carolina won, and now a dumping attempt by Slavin skims the netting to stop the clock with 11 minutes left in this first period. Still no score.
It's the first of a long road trip for the Canes. 6-game, 13-day road trip.
There's some sort of festival in Carolina?
Yeah, last year they played 1 game at home, and then they went on the road for 6 also.
Hard hit by Jack St. Ivany on Eric Robinson. Robinson, 6'2", 211 pounds, but St. Ivany crunching him into the boards right in front of the Penguins penalty box. Puck in Carolina's zone. They clear it on out all the way down the length of the ice. Kicks off the back cage of Blomqvist, but Robinson's first to get there. Went for a centering pass, interrupted by Ryan Graves. They got in the way of him and the pass. Now the puck towards the neutral zone that Sidney Crosby tried to swipe and score, but he missed the puck as Carolina cranks it back into the Penguin zone. Martinook at the far corner. Pinned along the boards by Chris Letang as Ryan Graves chases after it in the near corner. Shovels it out to the high slot. Over to Sidney Crosby. Stretch pass over the Carolina line. Far circle. Went for a centering pass to Rust. It didn't get through. Puck goes over to the near corner. Jabbed away at by Beauvillier. It spits all the way out to the Penguins' end. 10 minutes left in this first, no score.
Nice outlet pass by Ryan Graves to spring Sid and Rusty. And Sid never looked like he was a threat to shoot the puck. Looked like he was looking for Rusty the whole way, and it got deflected at the last second.
And there was a Carolina defenseman that got right in the middle of it. As Rust sends it over to Letang in the Penguins zone. His stretch pass to the neutral zone gets stolen by Kokeniemi. Now back over to Orlov. He takes it over the Penguins line in the near side. Throws it towards the slot. Shot coming by Roslovic. Got deflected. Went over to the far corner. Scooped up by Kevin Hayes, who sends it back to Chris Letang. Under the 10-minute mark of this first period, they've adjusted shots on goal 4-0 in favor of Carolina.
Oh, that's way better.
Kevin Hayes has it in the far corner. A tough angle shot. Erik Karlsson rips one. It goes off the end glass as Hayes will ring it back down along the boards. Roslovic from the near half wall lifts it up into the air. That goes out of play. 9:03 left in the first period. We've got no score. Carolina holding on to most of this momentum. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network presented by S&T Bank.
The New York Jets are trading for Devontae Adams.
When sports world is talking, nobody gives you more perspectives than the experts of Sirius XM.
This was a team that clearly was Super Bowl or bust.
Hear instant reaction on Mad Dog Sports Radio.
Which is why you make that trade.
And expert analysis on NFL Radio.
Not going to help the Jets tackle anybody better or protect the quarterback, but Aaron Rodgers wants, Aaron Rodgers gets.
Live sports talk when you need it is on Sirius XM and the Sirius XM app.
Hockey 24/7 on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
This is the NHL. These are pros. You don't want guys to put good power play units on, don't take penalties. You don't want good power play units to score goals when you've given up a whole bunch, kill them. You don't like it, do something about it. If you want to reward your guys who had a good game with a chance to get some more goals and points, do it. If I was a coach, I wouldn't care. Who cares? Worry about your own team. Don't worry about mine.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91. And on your schedule with the Sirius XM app. The big names are on NHL Network Radio.
The head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, Rod Brindamore.
Kochetkov making that jump last year. What do you see in the net?
The kid wants it. That's the first thing. Is he going to be the guy that we're looking at this year to get after it and take a bigger role? Maybe. But we still got Freddie in here. I think he's got something to prove. So I think we're going to have a good battle in the net.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91 and the Sirius XM app.
Still no score from Pittsburgh. Pens and Canes knotted up at zeros with 9:03 left in this first period. Penguins finally got their first shot on goal from Kevin Hayes below the goal line, the far corner. Working.
Generous. He's very generous. Shot on goal, but I guess he could have banked it in off of Anderson. Baby steps, baby.
We'll get a face-off to the left of Carolina's goaltender. Hurricanes win the draw. They lift it up into the air. It tumbles to the neutral zone right over the Penguins logo. As Martinook backhand shovels it over the Penguins line. Marcus Pettersson first to get their corner, the trapezoid, but a centering pass stolen by the Penguins, thankfully. Kenny Malkin tries to pitch it free in the corner, but he gets stripped of the puck. Now it's sent over to the near side for Carolina. Orlov cranks it down to the near circle, got deflected. Penguins take it back in transition. Michael Bunting sends it over Carolina's line to the near corner. We get a whistle blown. This is going to be a penalty on Orlov, I believe.
No, this is going to be icing. The fans are booing because they felt that Bunting, who dumped it in probably about a foot and a half before center red, Penguin fans felt like Bunting clearly was going to get to the puck first. He was probably a good stride and a half in front of Orlov. And you're right. I mean, maybe you're thinking like Orlov's holding him up a little bit. How about an interference call?
So instead, we get a face-off over in the Penguins zone to the right of Blomqvist. And Ricard Raquel picks up the loose puck, sends it to Michael Bunting, but taken by Carolina again. Backhanded Jarvis sends it to Aho over the Penguins line. Backhanded shot, got the shoulder of Blomqvist. Loose puck goes over to the near side. Brent Burns over to Slavin with a one-timer that missed. Now Jarvis again, loses the puck, picked up by the Penguins. They could have numbers here. Slid on over to Puljujärvi. Jack St. Ivany, far side, centering pass. Drew O'Connor can't get a clean handle on it. Puck goes over to the corners. Carolina tries to work it out, but Lars Eller keeps it alive. Near corner, Drew O'Connor picks it up along the boards. Sends it up to the near point. Ryan Graves shovels it back in. Collected by Brent Burns, taken by Aho, and Carolina gets it out to center ice as they feed it to Jarvis, who just gets over the Penguins line, loses the puck from Jack St. Ivany's defense. Puljujärvi and Jarvis hacking away at each other in front of the Penguins bench. Meanwhile, Drew O'Connor scores! Drew O'Connor picking up a loose puck in the neutral zone, takes it over to the far circle, and rips one past Frederick Anderson. Penguins are on the board. It's 1-0.
Where did that come from? What a wicked wrister by Drew O'Connor. And you're right, this all started right in front of the Penguins bench. Seth Jarvis was upset that he got bumped pretty hard by Jesse Puljujärvi, but good puck support by Lars Eller. About to go for a change, but at the last second spot's DOC coming through the neutral zone. And Drew O'Connor, it looked like he was kind of running out of room, running out of real estate. They were closing on him hard. I believe that was Shane Gostisbehere closing on him. He's at the dot, and he goes right upstairs, baby, right upstairs where Mama keeps the peanut butter over the left glove hand of Freddie Anderson. What a shot by DOC. 1-0 good, guys.
O'Connor with goals in both games of this homestand. And on their second shot on the night, the Penguins score the first goal.
I think just watching a couple replays, and what fooled Freddie Anderson, that might have hit the stick of Gostisbehere. That's why it jumped up so quick and changed direction, and Anderson just looked so fooled. So DOC gets a little help off the stick of Shane Gostisbehere.
I was going to say Anderson's glove placement looked perfect as a one-timer from the far half wall from Carolina misses. Natchez with a drive, blocker save from Blomqvist. Crosby from the near half wall tries to chip it out. Brian Rust will do that to the neutral zone. It's sent back into the Penguins' end, taken by Chris Letang. 1-0 Pens with 7 minutes left in this first period. They're being outshot by Carolina 5-2, but they've got the only goal. Anthony Beauvillier chases after it in the far side in Carolina's zone. Scooped up by Slavin as he tips it out to the neutral zone. Erik Karlsson trying to restart the Penguins' offense, but it's stolen by Carolina. Back over the Pens line. Kokiniemi at the near half wall. Sends it up to the near point. Now rung on over to the far side. Here's Robinson, goal line. One-timer, they score. It's Blake with a one-timer from the bottom of the far circle. And just like that, Carolina gets on the board to even things up at 1.
And there it is again. Not the next shift, but shortly thereafter. They're just announcing the Drew O'Connor goal right now. And the son of Jason Blake, longtime NHLer Jackson Blake, lights the lamp, and the Penguins just standing around. Their defensive zone coverage has got to be way, way better than this. As Nola Chari's there, but he's not there. Erik Karlsson's there, but he's not there. They're all watching the guy going in behind the goal, and I believe that was
Robinson.
Yes, Eric Robinson. Thank you very much, partner. Going in behind the goal. Everybody's got the blinders on watching Robinson. Nobody's looking behind to the dangerous guy because Robinson's in behind the goal. Joe, he can't score from back there. Why are you watching him so closely? How about the guy in the slot, Blake? And it's on the stick, off the stick. No chance at all for Joel Blomqvist. And we're tied at 1.
Jackson Blake, a guy that earned a spot on the opening night roster thanks to a good preseason, picking up goals in his last 2 games now. Scored his first NHL goal against New Jersey in Carolina's last win as Cody Glass puts a hard hit into Drury, once again in front of the Penguins penalty box. We're tied up at 1, 6:10 left in this first period. Shots on goal in favor of the Canes, 6-2 as the Penguins crank it back into the Carolina Hurricane zone. In the corner, it's Orlov spitting it out, but kept alive by Kevin Hayes until he's stripped of the puck. Grzelcyk chases it down at center ice. Gives it to Cody Glass over the Canes line. He'll chip it down to the far corner. Penguins will get a change here. Orlov of Carolina takes it out to center ice. Stripped the puck, though. It stays alive in Carolina's zone. Michael Bunting near circle. Tried to get a get-and-go from Malkin. Now Letang at the near point over to Grzelcyk far side. Centering pass Bunting. Turnaround shot. It got blocked. Carolina has control of it. Orlov will backhand chip it out to the neutral zone. Martinook takes it over the Penguins line, but that'll be offside. With 5:29 left in the first, a 1-1 tie between the Pens and the Canes. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Shop and Save knows that running on empty is never an option on the ice. It's all about performing your best and staying full of energy. On the road, it's no different. Fuel up with the best and redeem Shop and Save pump perks at over 140 participating Sunoco locations. We make it easy to fill your tank so that you can head to the rink and witness more moments like these. Shop, save, enjoy life.
Goals by Drew O'Connor and Jackson Blake have us tied at 1 here from Pittsburgh. Penguins hosting the Carolina Hurricanes along with the old 2-9er Phil Bourque. I'm Joe Brand. We're in the Built by 84 Lumber broadcast booth. Pens are trying to sweep a homestand before they hit the road. Carolina beginning a 6-game road trip here in Pittsburgh. Take on the Blues tomorrow, and then they're up in Canada against Edmonton, Calgary, over to Seattle, and then back up north of the border to Vancouver. Penguins will start a 4-game road trip on Sunday, a day game against the Winnipeg Jets. The puck's alive in the Penguin zone. Noel Blomqvist freezing it to the right of his post. 5:12 left in the first period, still tied up at 1.
That was Martinook with an extra whack there. Good to see Evgeny Malkin get in there and give Martinook a shot for whacking his goaltender's glove. I want to see more of that from other players not named Crosby or Malkin, please.
We'll get a face-off to the right of Blomqvist. Penguins will get a change before that face-off. It's going to be Stahl taking the draw for Carolina. Nola Chari take the draw for the Pens.
Out goes Achari.
In comes Lars Eller. So Eller against Stahl here, and Stahl wins the draw. Somebody broke their stick. It was Stahl. Slavin a drive. It sailed high over to the far side, kept alive at the far point by Brett Birds. Throws one towards the net, letters over to the near side. A shot coming from Slavin goes into the mitt of Noel Blomqvist, stopping the action just a tick under 5 minutes. Still tied at 1.
And there's more of that right there from Burns and Slavin. They have the ability to wrist the puck with some velocity on it and deke and dive its way through shin guards and sticks and get it towards the net and allow the skilled forwards for the Canes for second and third opportunities. In my estimation, the best in the league of their defensemen getting pucks through.
A combined 31 years between the two defensemen in the top pair for the Carolina Hurricanes, and 21 of those held by Brent Burns, third oldest guy in the league, with number 1 being the Flower, former Penguin Marc-Andre Fleury.
Both of them in that 2003 draft. You have a couple other players in Corey Perry and Ryan Suter still in the league from that 2003 epic draft.
Also, next home game for the Pens might be Marc-Andre Fleury's last here at PPG Paints Arena. October 29th against the Minnesota Wild. Tickets still available, we're hearing.
It's hard to believe. It really is. Because unless the Penguins and the Wild play in the Stanley Cup final, it'll be his last trip here to Pittsburgh as a player.
Give it some time. I'm sure the Penguins fans will fill up this place soon enough. Penguins have it in Carolina's zone. Sent up to the high slot. Pettersson with a tough play. Had to keep it alive. Sent it to the far corner. Rung up along the far boards by Carolina. Here they come in transition. Martin Necas trying to chase down the puck, but Erik Karlsson got to it.
Really good play by Karlsson to use his strength and his speed because that was a 2-on-1 that came out of nowhere.
Penn still can't get it out of the zone. Now they do. Crosby from center ice with a backhand chip to Anthony Beauvillier. Lifts it up, takes it from the far circle, fires a shot a little bit wide. Rebound goes over to the near half wall, chipped out to center ice. Taken down by Marcus Pettersson. 3:20 left in this first period. We're tied up at 1 from Pittsburgh. Pettersson taking his time behind Blomqvist's net. We'll crank it along the boards up to center ice. First to get it, Rickard Rakell, but that's offside by Carolina. 3:12 left in the first period. Still tied up at 1.
Well, like pierogies and penguins, Orr's Jewelers is a true Pittsburgh tradition. Family owned for 3 generations. They've been shining bright in the city of Steel for over 70 years. Orr's Jewelers, the official jeweler of your Pittsburgh Penguins. Orr's rocks.
Drew O'Connor got this place rocking with a goal, his second straight game finding the back of the net. And then shortly after, what was it, 64 seconds later, Carolina able to tie things up?
Yes, sir. 1 minute and 4 seconds later.
Hurricanes still leading in shots on goal, 9-2 as the Canes win the draw at center ice. But Evgeny Malkin chips it back over Carolina's line. Here's Bunting with it in the near corner. It's hit hard into the boards by one of the Hurricanes. And now Carolina takes it out to center ice. With the head over to Drury over the Penguins line near side. Centering pass that Graves got a knee down to break up on. Now the puck's poked free by Blake, who's equalized this game with a goal. Blake taking it to the near half wall. Malkin picks up the loose puck. His pass gets stolen by Drury. And a shot that was saved by Blomqvist. Carolina still with it in the Penguins zone. Until now, Michael Bunting's got it, lifts it up into the air, chips it down over to Carolina's end, raced down by Gostisbehere as Carolina will regroup. 2:25 left in the first period, tied up at 1 from Pittsburgh. Over the Pens line, that's offside by the Canes. 2:24 left in the first.
And the one thing we know about the Carolina Hurricanes, they'll play their system, they'll play it to a T, and they'll just, I'm not going to say they're robotic-like, because they do have some guys with emotion, but it's hard to tell their first line and their fourth line apart. And they really don't have, Sebastian Aho is a very gifted player, but they really don't have one player that is a game breaker, so to speak. And they have so much balance and structure on all 4 of their lines.
I feel like, is that their main criticism whenever they get to the playoffs?
Yeah, it is.
7th year for Rod Brind'Amour. He has yet to move past the Eastern Conference Final, though. But definitely highly well respected throughout the league, and rightly so, as one of the top coaches in the league.
And then Jack Adams back in 2021.
Won a cup with Carolina as a player. Still searching for that first one as a coach. 1:40 left in this first period. We're tied up at 1. Carolina breaking the puck free in the near side of the neutral zone. Jarvis chips it over the Penguins line and chases after it at the near corner. Pitch free along the end boards. Erik Karlsson slaps it off those boards, gets it to Lars Eller. And screens it over to Marcus Pettersson, dumping it over to Carolina's end in the corner. A one-handed swat by Freddie Anderson. Sends the puck to the near boards, taken by the Hurricanes once again. Here comes Chatfield, bringing it over the Penguins line on the far side. Marcus Pettersson scoops it up, gets it to Karlsson, who tried to ring it out along the near boards. Kept alive by Carolina, though. There's Aho with it towards the slot. Rips a shot, sailed high into the right. Settled down by Svechnikov in the far corner. He goes for a cross-ice pass intended for Aho. Jumps off his stick. Aho with it in the near corner. And Svechnikov fired a one-timer a little bit wide. Under a minute left in this first period. Still tied up at 1. Sidney Crosby breaking the puck free to the neutral zone. He got tripped down. Fans want to call, nothing being blown, though.
It should have been a trip on Svechnikov. He stuck his leg out on Sid.
As the Penguins, Erik Karlsson will chase it down in the near corner of his own zone. Final 35 seconds of this first period, tied up at 1. Cross-ice pass to Kevin Hayes over the Canes line. Far circle, takes a tough angle shot, hit the side of the cage. Rings along to the near side. Brings it all the way up to the high slot, left it for Ryan Graves. His backhand chips it along the boards to the end wall. Noel Acciari with a hard hit on Kokoniemi. He breaks the puck free. Tough angle shot, didn't get through. 15 seconds left. Jack St. Ivany keeps it alive. Throws one on net. Didn't get through. Cody Glass scoops it up in the near half wall. Under 10 seconds left in the first period. Kevin Hayes with it at the near point. 5 seconds left. Breaks off a defender. Kevin Hayes backhand chip towards the slot. Didn't get through. And that will kill off the first period. A 1-1 tie between the Pens and the Canes. Shots on goal in favor of Carolina, 10-3. Drew O'Connor had the first goal. Carolina getting a goal from Jackson Blake to tie things up at 1, and that's still where we stand.
So let's review. You scored the first goal of the game. You had 3 total shots. You had a shot from behind the goal line by Kevin Hayes. You had the goal by Drew O'Connor, which actually deflected off the stick of Shane Gostisbehere, and they gave a shot there at the end to Noel Chari. I don't remember it. So if I'm going in that room right now, I'm not happy with myself. I'm not happy with my teammates. I'm not happy with that performance. Not only heavily outshot, I thought that the majority of the puck possession went to the Canes. I feel lucky it's only 1-1. Plus, my goaltender had to make some really huge saves that he should not have had to make because we weren't good enough defensively. Penguins are lucky it's only 1-1. They need to be not a little bit better, Joe. They need to be a lot better in this second period if they think they're going to have any chance of coming out of this game with 2 points.
9 saves by the 22-year-old goaltender Yoel Blomqvist in just his 4th NHL appearance. We're tied up at 1 through 20. Brian Metzer just came into the Built by 84 Lumber broadcast booth. He'll have our first intermission report for you as the Pens and the Canes are tied up at 1. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Ouch! Man, that check's gotta hurt. And the gloves are coming off. Oof, that's $100 right there. Yeesh, that's $1,000.
Hey, what's with the dollar amounts?
That's how much each injury could be worth if he calls Morgan & Morgan. Yikes, that one's gotta be at least $10K.
When you hire Morgan & Morgan, their gloves come off when they fight for you.
Official personal injury lawyers of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Gluten-free, check. Keto-friendly, check. Low carb, check. High protein, check. Nitrate-free, check. Flavorful and satisfying, check. When you want a meat snack that checks all the boxes, try the original Mr. Donair Beef Jerky and Sticks. With 12 grams of protein and just 80 calories, it's beef jerky like no other. Mr. Donair, the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now available on Amazon.
Chances are you're not hearing this ad while topping 100 in your Aston Martin or taking a spin around town in your Rolls Royce. But if you are, then Donald Trump's tax plan is for you. Just ask him.
You're rich as hell. We're going to give you a tax cut?
But if you're hearing this on your way to work or school pickup, if you're heading to the grocery store or wondering how long you can stretch that tank of gas, then your plan is Kamala Harris's plan. She'll make the wealthy and big corporations pay their fair share so she can give the middle class a tax cut, as well as $25,000 for first-time home buyers, $6,000 for first-time parents, and a $50,000 tax deduction for starting a new business. Because that guy in the cyber truck that just zoomed by doesn't need another break. But Kamala Harris knows you sure could use one. Paid for by FFPAC, ffpac.org, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. FFPAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hey, hockey fans, the ice is heating up and the savings are too at Spitzer Auto World. Shop thousands of new vehicles at the Panda price. And here's the hat trick. Get a lifetime warranty at no charge. Wag more, spend less at Spitzer Auto World.
Our world revolves around you.
Now it's time for the first period recap, brought to you by Giant Eagle. Now back to the Penguins Radio Network.
Penguins won, Carolina Hurricanes won after one here at PPG Paints Arena. Brian Metzer here with you. And Penguins went without a shot for a big stretch in that first period of play, but they finally would break through first with the first goal off the stick of the DOC, getting funky with it, as we've seen him do 3 different times now this season. Great shot by him. He takes a little sneak pass from Lars Eller, who's been outstanding this year in the neutral zone as he went to the bench. You heard Joe and Borky talking about that. Feeds Drew, comes down, splits a couple Carolina Hurricanes. It was Walker and Gostisbehere before letting a shot fly that beat Freddie Anderson for that 1-0 lead. Eller and Puljujarvi with the assists on it. But the Hurricanes would answer shortly thereafter at the 13:24 mark. Jackson Blake, the son of Jason Blake, you may remember him. All he did in his career in the NHL was score 48 points, 25 goals in 51 games against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Well, now his son has his second career NHL goal, and this one came at 13:24, as I mentioned, from Robinson and Kakaniemi. Nice shot from him. He's set up in a soft spot with Both Penguins defensemen caught over on the wall, Pettersson and Carlson. They found a way to get the puck to him, and he scores it. Penguins did have a power play at 3:20. Nothing doing on that. Shots on goal end up 9-3 in that first period with the Hurricanes leading it. When we come back here, I'm going to go through a few other statistics, some other observations and more, and we'll do that next on the Penguins Radio Network presented by S&T Bank.
This is the S&T Bank First Period Instant Radio Replay.
Brought to you by S&T Bank, proud presenting sponsor of the Penguins Radio Network.
Oliarvi and Jarvis hacking away at each other in front of the Penguins bench. Meanwhile, Drew O'Connor scored! Drew O'Connor picking up a loose puck in the neutral zone, takes it over to the far circle, and rips one past Frederick Anderson. Penguins are on the board. It's 1-0.
Black and gold are the colors that not only honor our city, but our sports. Together, we're proud sponsors of the early mornings, dedication, breakaway goals, excitement, losing your voice, and passion. We are black and gold. We are Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
From the electricity in PPG Paints Arena to the highlight reel plays, there's nothing quite like Penguins hockey. Be there live to cheer them on as the official ticketing partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ticketmaster has you covered with the largest selection of seats for any budget. Get off the couch and into the stands. Grab your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com/Penguins.
This Pittsburgh Penguins moment is brought to you by the officers, members, and families of Local Union Number 5 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Our members have lived and worked in the region since 1897, providing all the electrical and telecommunication needs of commercial, industrial, and residential customers. We offer a state-of-the-art training center that is second to none and internationally recognized. Local Union Number 5 of the IBEW will be here to stand by you for all your electrical installation needs today and well into the future. Our members show their hometown pride supporting the Pittsburgh Penguins.
One bag.
The school play was really coming together. Until disaster struck. Tensions were high. Luckily, replacement costumes were shipped with FedEx, which means Mr. Harvey could picture the perfect night. FedEx can help you be ready for what's next.
This is the First Intermission Report, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs are the official vehicles of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now back to the Penguins Radio Network.
And welcome back into our First Intermission Report here at PPG Paints Arena. Brian Metzer here with you, and it's Pens 1, Carolina Hurricanes 1. The goals, in case you missed that, were Drew O'Connor and Jackson Blake, the son of Jason Blake. And just a couple observations from that first period of play. Joel Blomqvist, I thought, really held the Penguins in a good spot as they went without a shot for a significant stretch, as I mentioned during the recap. And he just kind of calmed things down. He made a ton of saves when he needed to. It started early on at 2:10. He stopped Kotkaniemi right in front, who was all alone with a backhand shot, just snagged it down with his catching mitt. William Carrier had a great opportunity right in front of him again at 2:59. Joel with the save. Orlov got in kind of between a couple Penguins defenders, 8:42. He was up to the task on making that save, and he's done it time and again. One of the best saves of the period. Not sure that he exactly knew he was going to do this, but Aho coming down for Carolina, and he throws the blocker up, but it's the shaft of the stick that knocks the puck away at 11:36. Not all that long before 12:20 when Drew O'Connor would score his third goal of this season. So he's done everything that they've asked him to do as a rookie goaltender stepping into this situation. While the Penguins' defense has been a very big topic of conversation throughout this the preseason and into the season so far, I felt like tonight there are still some issues there. But one guy who's usually fairly maligned is Ryan Graves, and I saw him make a really nice block of a cross-ice pass late in the period. You saw Carolina get an opportunity down low in the zone, and they went to feed a man in front of the net. He dropped to a knee and knocked that pass away. Got caught out of position a little bit on the play, but he was able to come back and collect a loose puck near Bloomquist and knock it away again. So a couple of good plays like that could potentially get a guy going defensively, at least for the Penguins' sake. You hope that is the case with him, because definitely has not necessarily done what they have wanted him to do since becoming a Pittsburgh Penguin. I don't think that's any secret for anybody following the broadcast here. When we look at the situation and the stats, which we only have a minute or two here, Penguins did win the second or two. We have the face-off battle, went to the Pittsburgh Penguins. 11-10 they were, and they won 52% of the draws. When we come back, we will take a look around the league at what's going on, some news and scores, and it comes your way next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
They say that the best beer you'll ever taste is the one you had the best time while drinking. The secret to the unmatched satisfaction of Icy Light, victory is sweetest hard-earned. And here, we taste it a lot. Icy Light. A surprisingly easy call.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Join us on Saturday, November 2nd, when the Penguins take on the Montreal Canadiens, and we celebrate all things black and gold for Pittsburgh night.
Hands it off to Letang. One-time blast. He scores!
The first 7,500 fans in attendance will take home a Pittsburgh Night Rally towel thanks to U.S. Steel. Get your tickets now at PittsburghPenguins.com. Penguin season presented by UPMC.
Stay in the heart of the action at the Landing Hotel at Rivers Casino. Enjoy free valet parking and a complimentary breakfast with panoramic views of downtown Pittsburgh. Stay just steps away from the casino with easy access to all the hottest games, a variety of delicious dining options, and exciting entertainment you can't find anywhere else. Pittsburgh is your new destination for weekend getaways, weddings, corporate events, and more. Book your stay today at thelandinghotelpgh.com.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Mitsubishi Electric have teamed up to transform the game day experience with a new state-of-the-art Diamond Vision video display system. See this display in action and find out why they are known as the makers of amazing by visiting MitsubishiElectric.com today.
Hey, Pens fans, Colby Armstrong here. As the official security partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, the local team here at Vector Security is committed to protecting homes and businesses throughout southwestern PA. They are headquartered here. Their families eat, shop, and go to school and church in our communities. So they have a vested interest in keeping the homes and businesses of our neighbors safe and secure. Visit vectorsecurity.com/pens for a free security assessment that will address your unique needs. That's vectorsecurity.com/pens.
It's time for the scoreboard.
Penguins won, Hurricanes won after one here in Pittsburgh. Brian Metzer back with you, and just two other games on the schedule this evening, and they haven't kicked off yet. They're very close to facing off, at least the first one is. It's going to be the San Jose Sharks going into Winnipeg, where the Penguins will be on Sunday for an 8 p.m. face-off. Tyler Toffoli for the Sharks, 3 goals and an assist so far on the season, and Mark Scheifele off to a red-hot start for the Winnipeg Jets, 4 goals, 2 assists, and 6 points on the year for him. Ducks will face the Colorado Avalanche at 9 p.m. this evening. Ducks 2-1 so far in the year, and the Avs off to a very slow start, just 0-4 without a win, looking for their first, even though through that slow start, Cale Makar still picking up some points. He's got 1 goal, 7 assists for 8 points on the year. On the Duck side, Troy Terry with 2 goals so far on the season. When we come back here, it's second period action with Joe Brand and Phil Bourque. You'll hear it all on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Sometimes a song can make all the difference.
I'd just like to say thank you to The Message for always uplifting my spirit.
Turn to The Message, a channel filled with songs of faith to lift your spirits as the leaves start to fall.
I'll praise you anywhere.
I listen to The Message because it helps me in my everyday life.
The Message gets me through the days, every day.
The Message, Channel 65, and home on the SiriusXM app. NHL Morning Skate.
Michael Bunting of the Pittsburgh Penguins. You've always had the great ability to play with great players.
I think my style of play complements the top dogs, as you will, like kind of go to those harder areas in the corner in front of the net and kind of create space for them and get them the puck and, help them create offense off of that. So kind of found a little niche with that.
NHL Morning Skate
with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellar.
Weekdays 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app. From in the crease to in the locker room.
Flyers defenseman Travis Sanheim.
Is it a rebuild type thing? Is it definitely a playoff team in your mind?
I think last season, I don't know if anyone in our room was saying rebuild. We thought that we could surprise some teams, and I think we did that. A lot of guys that are coming back, and then obviously adding Meat Scott's going to be huge. So, we're looking forward to getting started and seeing if we can build off of last season.
SiriusXM, NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and on your schedule with the SiriusXM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM. Hockey lives here.
Suzuki sweeps it, there's a chance, rebound, Caulfield, shoots and scores!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The biggest names in the game.
Kudrov, score! The Lightning win it!
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
This is Drew O'Connor. Now let's get back to the action called by Joe Brand and the old 2-9er Phil Bourque.
Thanks, OC. Goals in back-to-back games for Drew O'Connor. That's the only goal for the Penguins so far tonight. Jackson Blake with the only one for Carolina. We're tied at 1 after 20 here from Pittsburgh, ready for the next 20 of the second period. Shots on goal in favor of Carolina. They've adjusted it, Bourque, 9-4. So the Penguins with 4 shots on net, but definitely having a hard time getting anything going offensively against this Carolina team.
Yeah, well, for me, it starts with the forecheck. And the forecheck starts with speed through the neutral zone and dumping to retrieve, not dumping just to chase it. Because Carolina's got some pretty mobile defensemen where if you just dump it to get it off your stick, they're probably going to retrieve it and just dump it out and just send it out. And you're going to have no offensive zone time. And the Penguins were very limited there in that category in the first period.
Genny Malkin will once again take the opening draw to begin this period. It's brought to you by number 1 Cochrane, Go One Better. Penguins now attacking from right to left. Carolina attacking from left to right. Yoel Blomqvist with 8 saves tonight. The Penguins' young goaltender, Freddie Anderson, with 3 saves so far tonight. Drop of the puck. Carolina pitches it over towards Evgeny Malkin, who scoops it up in the Penguins zone. Backhand chip stolen by Jordan Staal. Kane tapping in the Penguins zone. Centering pass got broken up. Puck goes flying in the air, tumbling down to the near side of the neutral zone, and settled down by Chatfield. He escapes it out to Orlov, who sends it back to center ice off the skate of one of the Penguins, as Drew O'Connor will dump it back into the near corner. Carolina scoops it up. Orlov behind Freddie Anderson's net, pitches it ahead to the near side of the neutral zone. Taken by Martinook in the Penguins' end. The Penguins break it free. It goes back over to center ice, all the way down to Carolina's end, as Orlov will scoop it up, and the Penguins get a change. Well, back quickly over the Penguins' line. Svechnikov over to the far side. Jarvis trying to break free at the far circle. Does a pirouette over in the far corner. As it's dug after below the goal line. It's Slavin with it, losing it to Matt Grzelcyk of the Pens. Gets it out to Sidney Crosby, who touch passes it to Anthony Beauvillier. As Beauvillier takes it over the Canes line on the near side of the half wall. Left it for Crosby and poked back over to the neutral zone by Carolina. Scooped up by Beauvillier at center ice. He'll escape it out to Chris Letang. Tied at 1, a minute 15 into the second period. Stretch pass by Matt Grzelcyk. Goes off of Crosby's stick, but taken by Carolina. He tried to get it over the Penguins line. Now Svechnikov will do that. Above the near circle, rips a shot, sailed a little bit far off to the right. As Crosby picks up the loose puck at the far half wall, collected by Chris Letang. Stretch pass out to Brian Rust, who will steer it over to the Carolina end. Anderson out of his net to play it over to his right. Brent Burns sends it over to Slavin, who pushes it ahead along the far side, dumping it back over to the Penguins end. Blomqvist out of his net to play it. Gives it to Ryan Graves to his left. Graves sent along the near wall. Unable to be kept alive, as now Lars Eller will scoop up the loose puck in the near corner of the Penguins' end. His clearing attempt stolen by Carolina. Chips it back into the corner where Ryan Graves swats it out to the neutral zone. Jesse Puljujarvi trying to get a stretch pass. Either a lead pass to one of his teammates, taken by Carolina. As Roslovic loses the puck, now Lars Eller has it in the neutral zone. Over the Canes line, got stripped of it. Far half wall, throws it over to the far corner for Jesse Puljujarvi, the former Cane. He kicks it to Michael Bunting. Here's a one-timer. Graves goes off the shin of one of the Canes. It was Roslovic. As now it's lifted up into the air, tumbling over towards the Penguin zone. Down for icing. 2.5 minutes into the second period, tied at 1.
Well, tomorrow night is Saturday night. That means it's Powerball jackpot time. It's now an estimated annuity of $437 million. That's $437 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefits older Pennsylvanians every single day. Players must be 18 or older, and please play responsibly.
Still have to start up that pool so we can have a chance of winning that thing.
Pass the hat.
Carolina chips it back into Penguin zone, scooped up by Erik Karlsson on the near side. Tries to shake off the defensive Blake. He sends a stretch pass over towards Evgeny Malkin. Now Ricard Raquel over the Canes line. Rips a shot. Shoulder save Anderson. Puck to the near half wall for Marcus Pettersson. Digs it along the near corners. Raquel backhand chips it over to Drew O'Connor below the goal line. Up to Erik Karlsson. Cross ice pass. Pettersson throws one towards the centering area. Trying to find O'Connor, but he was jammed up by one of the Canes. And now Carolina breaks it over the Penguins line. It's Robinson in the near circle. Backhanded pass. Didn't get through. Over to the far side. Orlov cranks it along the boards. Now a centering pass that goes free over to the far point. Orlov's got it for Carolina. Thrown back on net. Karlsson got in the way, though. And there Karlsson scoops it up at the far corner. Collected by Carolina, though. Orlov firing another shot that got deflected over to the near corner. Set along the near boards. Chatfield digs it back along towards the end boards. Robinson guarded by Malkin. His centering pass onto the stick. A shot fired a little bit high. Settled down by Robinson again behind the cage of Blomqvist. Sent over to the far half wall. Orlov sends it back along the boards. Now scooped up by Pettersson. He'll chip it up into the air, into the neutral zone. Goes all the way down to Carolina's end. And that'll be down for icing. 4 minutes into the second period. Still tied up at 1.
And that's arguably been the best line for the Carolina Hurricanes. Not only do they have their goal, but they've had a couple of other chances. Another good chance right there for the line of Eric Robinson, Jack Drury, and Jackson Blake.
And a lot of hard work making it difficult for the Penguins to get it out of the zone. Now Carolina wins the draw as a quick one-timer from Brent Burns. Goes into the glove of Blomqvist, stopping the clock exactly 4 minutes into the second period. Tied at 1.
And looks like Joel Blomqvist has carried over his play from a couple nights ago to tonight. He just looks dialed in. He looks confident. And good thing the Penguins have him right now, because the Penguins are not buttoned up defensively, and they need their goaltenders to make some big saves until they can find their A game.
Another control after a draw from Carolina. Slavin rips his shot. That got steered wide. Kane sent it along the boards to the far half wall. Slavin sends it back to the near corner. Up along the boards to Brent Burns. A quick snapshot that Blomqvist is able to cover up. 4.5 minutes into the second period, tied at 1. And over the last 2 shots from Carolina, Borky, exactly what you were talking about from Brent Burns, his ability to just rip it no matter where he's at.
Yeah, it's an ability to, and he's really good at right-hand shot, the right point, picking pucks off the yellow kickboard, which is that, probably about 6 or 8 inch high board at the bottom of the boards. He picks it off that yellow kickboard, and then all in one motion. He doesn't stop it and then shoot it. It's all scooping it off those boards, which is a skill, and then wristing it hard through sticks, through skates, through shin pads.
There's a turnover that Jarvis sends a backhand against Blomqvist. The shoulder save. Slavin throws it towards the net. It's taken by one of the Canes as Burns with another one-timer got denied by Blomqvist. As the Penguins try to get it out of their zone in the near corner. Jarvis throws the puck off of Matt Grzelcyk, but now Lars Eller has it. Tried to clear it out to the neutral zone, but it was stolen by Aho. Here's Aho taking it over the Penguins line. It's taken down at the far circle. Picks up the puck, brings it over to the near corner. Svechnikov below the goal line. Goes for a backhanded pass that Eller got in the way of. Svechnikov a loose puck. Slavin another quick shot as Letang steered it to the back wall. Puck still alive in the near corner in the Penguin zone. Fight for it in the near corner as Aho sends it along the near boards. Burns another shot. Loose puck in front and another scoop by Blomqvist. That glove has been active tonight. 4 minutes and 5 seconds into the second period. Still tied at 1.
And there's that shot again from Brent Burns. It wasn't that hard, but it was quick, and that was deflected by Seth Jarvis while he was in front. And you're right. Joel Blomqvist has come to play. And the Penguins, they're a little bit stuck in the mud. And you've got some speedy players, not just forwards, but defensemen that are activated in the offensive zone. And the Penguins are just a half a step behind, and they're chasing the game right now. So it's part of why they only have 6 shots. It's part of why they're not generating a lot of offense, Joe, is because they're spending so much time in their defensive zone. By the time they do exit the zone, they're just dumping it and changing.
One-timer from the far circle, sailed wide, or rather deflected by Blomqvist. That goes out of play to stop the clock. 14:47 left in the second period, tied at 1.
Yeah, these two teams will only play 3 times this year. And this will be the last time in Pittsburgh. The next 2 will be November the 7th in Carolina, and then finish up the season series January 5th down on Tobacco Road.
Penguins have a 5-game point streak against Carolina in this building. They're 3-0-2 against the Canes in their last 5 here at PPG Paints Arena.
Won the last 2 also.
Tied at 1 with 14:30. Off the post goes Natchez as the loose puck goes over to the far point. Carolina once again working in the Penguin zone. Up to the far corner. Roslovic backhand chips it. We're going to get a delayed penalty here. Carolina's about to go on the power play. Gostisbehere with a pass over to the far circle. Rung along the boards over to the near corner. Scooped up by Natchez. He sends it to the near point for Gostisbehere. 6-on-5 in favor of Carolina right now. Natchez with a cross-ice pass far side. Gostisbehere high slot. Settles it down, takes it to the far point. Empty net for Carolina right now with a 6-on-5 on a delayed penalty. Gostisbehere, near point, sends it to the near half wall. Natchez sends it up to the high slot. Jumped off of Aho's stick, goes to the neutral zone. He'll chase it down.
Big break there as Aho is about to walk right down Grant Street as all the Penguins had collapsed around Joel Blomqvist and were just standing still.
An emphatic swat after possession by Sidney Crosby. Marcus Pettersson to the box when we come back. As
number 28, minor penalty.
Penguins will go on their first penalty kill tonight. A 1-1 tie in the second period. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network presented by S&T Bank.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette delivers the news that matters to you. We deliver coast to coast with award-winning coverage of world events. We deliver in the zone with the latest local news in your community. We deliver whether you're home or away with on-the-fly digital access. And of course, we deliver on the ice with hard-hitting hockey coverage and in-depth news from around the league. For Pittsburgh and the greatest hockey fans around, nobody delivers like the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Penguins on the penalty kill for the first time tonight, as it'll be Lars Eller, Matt Grzelcyk, Chris Letang, and Drew O'Connor out there on the Coppers penalty kill. We're tied at 1, second period. Marcus Pettersson in the box for the next 2 minutes.
Mentioned their penalty kill was number 1 last year, Joe. Their power play was number 2 last year, clicking at 26.9%.
Small sample size. Carolina still looking for their first power play goal this season. They're 0 for 5. Looking for a one-timer to Natchez. He has it over at the far point. Now Jarvis throws it up high slot. Gostisbehere works the slot. Pass went a little bit wide. Played off the near wall by Aho. Sends it back to the corner for Svechnikov. Aho, the near half wall. Front of the circle. Sends it up to the high slot for Gostisbehere. Back to Aho in the circle. Aho down below the goal line. Now up to the high slot, Gostisbehere. Aho, one-timer, saved by Blomqvist, and then swatted out by Chris Letang.
That hit the right shoulder of Blomqvist, stunned him, went straight up in the air. If it hits the back of Blomqvist, it probably goes in the goal. Good job by Chris Letang to swat it out of the danger.
A shot from the far circle, Natchez scores. 1:21 left on the Penguins penalty kill, but Carolina takes their first lead of the night, their first power play goal of the season. It's 2-1 Canes.
Wow, what a shot. What a shot that was by Marty Natchez. I mean, it was simply a flick of the wrist. And Chris Letang went out and he kind of flinched when he saw the shot coming. So not only does he not block the shot, Joe, but he's also screening his goaltender.
Yeah.
So the double whammy there, no chance for Joel Blomqvist. I think if he could have seen that, if Letang was out of the way one way or the other, or block it if you're going to stand there, you give your goaltender a chance. But when you go out there, you don't block it and you screen your goaltender. It's 2-1 Canes.
Yeah, it seemed like it was just a matter of inches away from Blomqvist's glove, because his positioning has been pretty much on point all season long. But a 2-1 lead for Carolina now with 12:55 left in this second period. Only a 1-goal deficit for the Pens right now, but they're just having a whole bunch of trouble getting something going offensively. 2 shots on goal in this second period so far, as Carolina again has it in the Pen zone. A shot from Burns. Got kicked over to the far side. Brian Russ with it in the neutral zone. Stretch pass across ice to Crosby. That'll be offside, though.
Wow. Crosby and Malkin together. We've seen this before from Mike Sullivan. More this year than maybe any other time. But after a penalty kill, Sid and Gino don't kill. And he puts them together that next shift, 5-on-5. And man, the Penguins had something going on there. There was a possible 3-on-2 break with Crosby, Malkin, and Rust out there. And the Penguins passing just, for choice of better words, it's sloppy.
Fourth line now out there for the Pens with Kevin Hayes, Cody Glass, Noel Acciari. It's 2-1 Carolina, 12:20 left in the second period. Puck is in the Penguin zone once again. Near half wall, chipped free by Cody Glass. Brings it out towards the neutral zone, intended for Acciari. He gets thrown down to the ice as Carolina cranks it back into the Pen zone. Marcus Pettersson picks up the loose puck in the near corner. Whiffed on a pass. Carolina breaks it free. And then Pettersson picks up the loose puck, gets it to Carlson. Stretch pass to Acciari. Far circle. Throws one towards the net. Didn't get through. Chatfield of Carolina got in the way as Carlson pitches it free to Kevin Hayes in front of the blue line. His pass gets stolen. The Canes will just dump it all the way over to the near corner in the Penguin zone for icing. 11:49 left in the second period. 2-1 Canes.
Want some birthdays?
Yes, I would love some.
Kent Johnson, 22, former Vancouver Canuck and Ranger. Doug Lister, 64, former Penguin defenseman, Stanley Cup champion, Shel Samuelson, 66. And a couple of your favorites, Lindsey Vonn, 40, Jean-Claude Van Damme, 64, and Aliquippa's own Mike Ditka, 85 today. Happy birthday, boys and girls.
Hey, the Pittsburgh native. Happy birthday, Mike.
Look out.
As Carolina's looking for a turnover here. Stretch pass right in front. Blocker save from Blomqvist. We get a delayed penalty, though, as the Penguins are going to go back on the PK. Chris Letang heading to the box. 11:32 left in the second period. It's already 2-1 Carolina.
I would love to read Mike Sullivan's mind right now. Here's
Pittsburgh 58, minor penalty slashing.
Penguins need somebody to do something, even if it's something dumb. They are so flat right now with their emotion, with their energy, with their legs. Somebody needs to light a fuse, because this game is still in the balance right now. But it's so easily, Joe. Carolina has dominated almost this whole game. False face-off here. They're probably thinking, man, how are we only up 2-1? We've had so many chances. We've dominated offensive zone time, and we're up a measly power play goal. But the Penguins got to do something. If they think they're just going to keep doing what they're doing so far, up to this almost halfway point of this hockey game, forget about it. There's not a chance they're going to win this hockey game. Somebody's got to light a fuse.
The slash on Letang was a last chance effort at Robinson, who had a breakaway. So the Pens back on the Coppers penalty kill. 7 seconds into it. 2-1 Carolina. They've got the puck in the zone of the Penguins. Up to the high slot, Gostisbehere. Near half wall, Aho from the near circle, brings it below the goal line, back up to Aho. Now towards the slot for Jarvis. He rips a shot off the post.
Don't give that guy that shot again in this hockey game.
Aho in the near circle, back up to Gostisbehere. Faked an unloading shot. Now a one-timer. That didn't get through. Jarvis with another attempt at it. Goes over to the near corner. Kept alive by Aho as Hurricanes still have it in the Penguins zone. 1:20 left on the Pens Coppers penalty kill. Roll the goal line, Natchez. He had the last power play goal. Gostisbehere with a one-timer that Achari got in the way of. Aho a one-timer. That didn't get through. And then swatted out by Pettersson to kill off more time.
And a couple of big blocks there. One by Achari. It hurt him. He's stinging all the way to the Penguins bench. The other one by Marcus Pettersson in the clear.
Down to the final minute of the Pens Coppers penalty kill as Let's Go Pens starts to ring through PPG Paints Arena. Pass broken up by Drew O'Connor, but Carolina has it back in the Penguins zone. Burns in front of the blue line. The Kokiniemi in the near circle. Down to the goal line for Blake, who scored the first goal for Carolina. He got stripped of the puck by Matt Grzelcyk. Ryan Graves with it. Takes it over to the far circle. Tries to clear it, and it stayed in by Carolina. Stretch pass over to Roslovic in the far corner. Rung along the far boards to Brett Burns. Cross-ice pass Kokiniemi. Less than 30 seconds left on the Pens Coppers penalty kill. Near corner Drury. Up to Kokiniemi. One-timer Burns. Didn't get through. Lars Eller got in the way of it as the puck goes to the near half wall.
Hit him in the back. Hit the 0 up to 20 on his back. Another block.
Drew O'Connor with that block as the puck goes to the neutral zone. 10 seconds left on the Pens Coppers penalty kill. Now Roslovic with speed over the Penguins line from below the goal line. His centering pass went off the skate of Graves, and Blomqvist scoops it up to freeze the puck. And now a little shoving going on in the corner on the far side. All 4 Penguins tucked in that corner. 3 of the Carolina Hurricanes are thrown in there. 5 seconds left on this Penguins Coppers penalty kill as they try to keep it a 2-1 deficit against Carolina right now.
I'll take this. Drew O'Connor and Jackson Blake, I think, are both going to go here. But I think that Drew O'Connor got his money's worth more than Blake did. Originally, I think they were just going to take DOC, and then the referee thought for a second. He's like, nah, I better take the other guy too. And Blake's on his way to
Carolina
the sin bin.
53, minor penalty slashing. Pittsburgh 10, minor penalty roughing.
So we'll have 5 seconds of 4-on-3 in favor of Carolina. Then Chris Letang will come out of the box, and we'll have a minute 55 of 4-on-4. And maybe that can work in the Penguin favor, Borky.
I'm looking for something.
Yeah.
Right? I'm looking for something. That's a big kill. It's great to see that Penguins sacrificing their body to block some big shots. Drew O'Connor, Lars Eller, Marcus Pettersson, the list goes on. And that gets you engaged. That gets you engaged, gets the bench engaged, it gets the fans engaged. Again, you're down the goal. You're being outshot 18-6, 3-1. Wasn't great at math. I can figure that one out. But the Penguins, they're just hanging around. But they got to find another level here real quick.
Carolina out shooting the Pens 9-2 in this second period. It's 5-on-4 actually for Carolina. Here's a shot that goes off the end wall. Martinook settles it down, sends it over to the far corner, back to 5-on-5. Another shot misses wide as Chris Letang out of the penalty box will ring it along the boards as Carlson waits for it on the far side. 2-1 Carolina, 9:15 left, and taken down to the ice is Carlson. A penalty on Carrier that will send the Hurricanes to the box as we take a break. 2-1 Canes, but the Pens coming to the power play when we come back. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Carolina.
Now through November 1st, SiriusXM is giving away a pair of tickets to every MLB postseason game through the World Series. Listen to MLB Network Radio for the clues and be the first caller to correctly name the postseason hero, and you'll receive a pair of tickets to an MLB postseason game. MLB Network Radio has your chance to win on SiriusXM 89 and the all-new SiriusXM app. No transportation will be included in connection with these prizes. For full contest information and official rules, visit SiriusXM.com/MLB postseason heroes. No purchase necessary. Open only to current SiriusXM subscribers prior to September 22nd. Must be a U.S. resident over the age of 18.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
You either put up or shut up. Marchand does, Doughty does, Stone does. And if you don't have enough of those players, get rid of them, because they'll make you lose. They'll frustrate the fan base. I want people that are with me, rowing in the same direction. And if you can't, get out of town. We'll find someone who can.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind, wrist the line, and walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM.
Join me, Scott Laughlin, and Gord Stellick, along with former NHLer Mike Johnson for NHL Morning Skate, weekday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
Prime opportunity for the Penguins here in the second period. They trail 2-1, 9:15 left in this period. They go back on their third power play of the night, still looking for their first power play shot of the night, as it will be Erik Karlsson, Chris Letang, Evgeny Malkin, Sidney Crosby, and Brian Rust out there. Carolina's zone will get a face-off to the right of Freddie Anderson. It's going to be Malkin against Jordan Stahl. Same face-off to begin both periods, and the Penguins do control. Chris Letang chases it down. A high slot brings it over to the far half wall. Trying to chip it to the corner. It was broken up by Slavin. Stahl trying to pitch it out. He does. He gets it out of the stick of Martinook. He's over the Penguins line. Fires a shot off the post.
Oh, what a rocket that was. Beat the blocker, couldn't beat the iron.
Penguins catch a break. Now they take it over the Carolina line. Brian Rust rings it along the boards as Evgeny Malkin shovels it to Erik Karlsson at the near corner. Sent on up to the near point for Letang. Cross-ice pass to Rust at the far point. Down towards the net off the end wall. Crosby a one-timer. Blocker save from Anderson. Penguins still keep it alive though. Brian Rust to Crosby at the far circle. Cross-ice pass Malkin in the slot. Couldn't get a shot off. Puck goes tumbling in the slot. An attempted clear by Carolina, but the Penguins keep it alive. Send it over to the near half wall. Karlsson chips it to Brian Rust in the near corner. Up to Chris Letang at the near point. A minute left on this Penguins power play. They trail by a goal. Brian Rust at the near circle. Malkin on his shot deflected. Crosby chases it down in the far corner. Now Karlsson in the near point. Works down along the near boards. His pass gets kicked off one of the skates of Carolina, goes to the neutral zone. 45 seconds left on the Pens power play.
Sullivan's going to lose his mind if Erik Karlsson keeps trying to thread the needle like that on the power play.
Karlsson with a backhanded pass to Rust in the slot. They jab away at it, and Carolina swats it out all the way to the neutral zone.
Oh, Brian Rust got absolutely buried. He had two Canes on his back, slamming him into Anderson, the goaltender.
Second power play unit out there for the Pens now with 23 seconds left on their man advantage. They trail 2-1, 7:35 left in the second. Tipped into the near corner of Carolina's zone. Thrown over to the far half wall, Jesse Puljujärvi. Grzelcyk high slot, back to Puljujärvi. Back to Grzelcyk in the high slot. A pass towards Lars Eller. His pass got broken up over to the far corner. Puljujärvi chases it down. His pass missed. It goes to the neutral zone. Settled down by Grzelcyk. Back to 5-on-5 as Carrier comes out of the box. Still 2-1 Carolina as Burns swats it down with a high stick, but the Penguins fire it towards the net. That skims the netting. 7:06 left in the second period. 2-1 Carolina leads as Drew O'Connor and Jackson Blake will come out of the penalty boxes after serving some time.
Erik Karlsson's got to get that out of his game. We saw it too much last year. When you have like maybe a 2% chance of making a pass through that many skates and sticks, It's not necessary. You've got the guy wide open. And I know that might be too easy for you, but it's the right play. And it's a play they need to make to keep the power play, keep the momentum going on the power play.
Final 7 minutes of this second period. Still 2-1 Carolina as Michael Bunting pries it free from the near corner. Below the goal line, it's sent up to Jack St. Ivany. A one-timer from the right point and a save by Anderson as Carolina kicks it out. But Achari keeping it alive along the far boards. Cody Glass brings it up to the far point, throws it down towards the corner. Achari chipping it to Bunting, centering pass. Cody Glass couldn't get a clean shot on it. And here comes Carolina in transition. They could have numbers. Orlov over the Penguins line, stripped of the puck by Marcus Pettersson as the Canes dump it back into the pen zone to get a change.
Love that gap control by Marcus Pettersson to go along with the long stick.
Stretch pass to Cody Glass. Now Michael Bunting rips a shot. Blocker save from Anderson. Puck to the near half wall that Pettersson rings along the boards to Malkin to the far half wall. Brings it up towards the slot. Still hanging onto the puck. Near circle. Takes it. Cross ice pass. Here's a shot from Raquel. That didn't get through. As Carolina flutters it out to the neutral zone. Chris Letang chases it down. Final 6 minutes of the second period. Still 2-1 Canes. Puck over the Carolina line. Scooped up by Martinook though. As Carolina will rework. Lifted up into the air. Puck goes tumbling into the neutral zone. As Jarvis takes it over the Penguins line. From the near circle. Got thrown down to the ice. Nothing being called though as Chris Letang from the corner shovels it out. Look out. Aho's got it. Centering pass. And a shot goes off the blocker. Joel Blomqvist in the near corner.
What a save by Blomqvist right there. The turnover by Letang right on the stick of Svechnikov. And boy, is he dangerous between the circles.
Again, Carolina works it over the Penguins line. Walker chasing into the corner. Sends along up to the far board. Centering pass. Shot coming. Another blocker save. Blomqvist. And he directs it right in front of himself to put his glove on top of it to stop the clock with 5:17 left in the second. 2-1 Carolina from Pittsburgh. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network presented by S&T Bank.
What are two things the Pittsburgh Penguins have in common with Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company? Hard work and dedication. If you're looking for heavy equipment, need a specific part, or want expert service, talk to the industry leaders at Cleveland Brothers, your local CAT dealer. We provide solutions and products for construction, landscaping, oil and gas, electric and industrial power, highway, and more. Let us help you score the winning goal. Visit www.clevelandbrothers.com to learn more.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
We're back to Pittsburgh where the Penguins trail Carolina 2-1, 5:17 left in the second period. Shots on goal now in favor of the Canes, 20-10. We get big conversation to the right of Joel Blomqvist. All five Penguins are there. Jordan Staal in the mix. Looks like the captains were talking a few things over. Going to be Noel Acciari and Jordan Staal to the right of Blomqvist in the Penguins zone. Carolina wins it. Burns over to Slavin, fires a shot off the post again. Loose puck to the left side. Penguins swatted out to the near boards. And Crosby's pass goes off the skate of Brian Rust. The Penguins will get it over to Carolina's end.
For my count, that's 4 posts or 4 posts and or crossbars by the Canes so far in this game.
Less than 5 minutes left in this second period. As the puck goes sputtering over towards Blomqvist, but Jack St. Ivany, the defenseman, picks it up. Stretch pass over to center ice. Couldn't handle it, Brian Rust, and now the Canes break it back over the Penguins line. So towards the goal line, swerving in behind Blomqvist's net and losing the puck into the near half wall. Carolina throws it back along the boards. As Carrier loses a shot as Brian Graves got in the way with it with a poke check. Now another shot, a stick save from Blomqvist, and a third shot from Capfield. Misses off to the right side. Guerrier loses the puck to Sidney Crosby, who will chip it up into the air. Palmed down by Anthony Beauvillier in between the penalty boxes. Sends it into Carolina's end as it's stopped by Freddie Anderson out of his net. Handed over to Orlov, who sends it along the near boards in the neutral zone. Aho takes it over the Penguins line to the near half wall. Stripped of the puck by Puljujärvi. As Carlson swats it over to Michael Bunting in the far boards. Trying to get a spin move around Svechnikov, and he's going to go to the box.
Yeah, when he spun off, he hit by Svechnikov. His stick came around and whacked Svechnikov right in the mouth. They're going to check Svechnikov to see if this is 2 or 4, and they're looking at him real close. It might be 4.
It's 4.
Pittsburgh is being assessed a 4-minute double minor for high stick. The play is under review.
Let me ask you this, Joe, a little devil's advocate here. Is this considered a follow-through?
I would say no, because it's at the start of his spin.
It's at the start, yeah. Yeah, while you're talking, I'm watching the replay because it happened real quick. It was a quick close by Svechnikov, a quick spin by Bunting to spin off that check by Svechnikov. But for Bunting, he had one hand on the stick.
Yeah.
So as he's going into his spin with the one hand, yeah, just as he starts to spin, the stick comes up and clips Svechnikov right in the mouth. This is a huge moment in this game with 3:56 left on the clock. Penguins have been completely dominated throughout this hockey game, but it's only 2-1.
After review, the call is confirmed. Pittsburgh number 8, 4 minutes high sticking.
Yeah, if you drew blood on that too, it's hard to argue it. It really is.
So the call being confirmed, adding salt to the wound. We're not talking about Svechnikov's. 3:56 left in the second period. And a double minor with Bunting in the box. So we'll get a face-off to the left of Joel Blomqvist with Marcus Pettersson, Lars Eller, Drew O'Connor, and Chris Letang out there for the Coppers penalty kill for the Penguins.
And the two leaders last year in power play goals was Jarvis with the 13 and Aho with 11. That's a huge win to start this PK.
Chris Letang cranks it along the boards all the way over to Carolina's end. Anderson out to stop it with 3:44 left in this second period. Martin Necas takes it over the Penguins line for the near circle. Swerves behind Blomqvist's net. Up to the far half wall. Poke to the puck by Lars Eller, and then Letang swats it out to the neutral zone again. Lars Eller now with it. Takes a stolen pass to the neutral zone over the Carolina Hurricanes line. Will softly chip it over to the near corner. It's chased down by Gostisbehere. 3:25 left on this Penguins double minor Coppers penalty kill. The Hurricanes take it up the Penguins line to the far half wall. Chipped back, stolen by Brian Rust. His clearing attempt stopped by Carolina. And then finally the Penguins will take it out. Almost had an odd number rush, but Rust will just backhand chip it over to Carolina's end again.
And the Penguins have turned the tables on the Canes here. The Penguins are the ones that are super aggressive in their penalty kill. It doesn't seem like the Canes are ready for that.
Still less than 3 minutes left on this Coppers penalty kill. Cross ice pass over to the far side. Gostisbehere, a one-timer off the post. No, it's in. A 3-1 lead for Carolina as Gostisbehere rips it from the high slot. And a power play goal for the Hurricanes, their second of the night.
This one hits Noel Acciari. Acciari went down on one knee and then turned his face not to take it in the mouth. And I saw the back of his jersey or his pants just kind of ripple a bit. So it hits Acciari on the backside and jumps up over the left glove hand of Joel Blomqvist. He had Aho in front, a little bit of a distraction, but that change of direction from the high slot off of the backside of Noel Acciari on the shot, Shane Gostisbehere shot has given the Canes a 2-goal lead.
And there was 2:51 left on the double minor, so we're back to another Coppers penalty kill for the Penguins, who already trailed 3-1, 150 left on that PK, with 2:35 left in the second period. Carolina again with it in the neutral zone. Kotkaniemi with a backhanded pass over to the far half wall. Carolina rings it along the Penguins' boards. as Roslovic's got it at the near point to Kokiniemi at the near circle. Kokiniemi, backhand pitch up to the near point, kept alive by Roslovic. He brings it down along the near boards towards the corner, went for a pass to the high slot. Kokiniemi's got it. Now downstairs to Blake. He rips a shot in and out of the breadbasket of Blomqvist. Freezes the puck with 1:22 left on the Penguins' Coppers penalty kill.
Yeah, what the Canes are doing to the Penguins' penalty kill is they're moving it. They're spread out, and they're trying to take what the Penguins have. They're going from a box formation, they're changing to a diamond formation, and they're trying to spread out the Penguins so that there'll be more seams to make passes, and they've got enough left and right-hand shots out there to be threats as one-timers.
Chris Letang sending it along the boards. That'll go all the way down to Carolina's end to kill off some more time. 1:15 left on the Coppers penalty kill. Penguins trailing 3-1 in their second period with less than 2 minutes left. As the Hurricanes stitch it back to Martin Necas with speed over the Penguins line on the near side. His centering pass stopped by Brian Russ. Marcus Pettersson sends it down the length of the ice, but it was pawed down by Gostisbehere. He has scored the most recent power play goal as the Canes send it back over to the Penguins side. Over the near corner, Pettersson took down one of the Hurricanes. They both hit the ice rather hard, but Aho's got it near side in the Penguins zone. Down over to the corner, back to Aho at the near circle. Up to the high slot, Gostisbehere. 35 seconds left on the Penguins' Coppers penalty kill. Jarvis to Aho, near circle, back to Jarvis in the slot. Lost the puck. Puljujärvi's clearing attempt got interrupted. Now Letang jabbing away at the near corner. Canes still have it in the Penn zone. Near half wall, some with a cross-ice pass to the far circle, a shot. Pad save Blomqvist. Puljujärvi swats a loose puck out of the way and then will send it down the length of the ice, killing off more time.
Mark that one down right there. 1 minute to go in the second period. A huge left pad save by Joel Blomqvist to keep it 3-1.
5 seconds left on the Penguins' Coppers penalty kill. 50 seconds left in the second period. It's 3-1 Carolina. As the Canes ring along the boards, out of the box is Michael Bunting. We're back to 5-on-5 with 40 seconds left in the period. Now Walker at the near point sends it down to the near corner. Swatted along the end boards, off to the far half wall for Jordan Staal. From the corner, sends it up to the far point, missed the stick of Slave and goes all the way down to Carolina's end. Bunting racing after it, but Anderson well out of his net to play it. Sends it ahead to center ice. Nolachari trying to break the puck free in between the benches as Staal will throw it off the far boards. Settled down by St. Ivany. 15 seconds left in the second period. Penn still down by 2. As Ricard Raquel backhand chips it over the Canes line into the near corner and then slams a hard hit on one of the Canes at the end wall. 5 seconds left in the second period. Canes dump it back on into the Penguins end. Carlson chips it to Pettersson. That'll do the second. 3-1 Carolina as the Canes cash in on a couple of power play goals. Shots on goal in favor of the Hurricanes, 23-10. And a whole lot to work to do in this third period for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
When you add up the Canes' 23 shots, they've had 23 shots that have been blocked. They've missed the net 15 times. We're only through 40 minutes of play. That's 61 times they've had the puck on their stick and they've been shooting. If you told me that was from a double overtime game, I believe you. It's only 40 minutes of play. The other side of the coin, Penguins have 10, 9, and 7. 26. 61-26. That's all you need to know.
3-1 Hurricanes through 2 periods from Pittsburgh. We'll take a break. Brian Metzer will have the second intermission report for you, along with tweets with the old 2-9er. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
It's happening here in Pennsylvania. Sanctuary cities are releasing violent illegal immigrants onto our streets with the help of Bob Casey. Casey voted repeatedly to fund these dangerous sanctuary cities. Casey's policy that more illegals, more criminals loose in our neighborhoods, making our families less safe. Worse, instead of deporting criminal illegals, Casey voted to give them amnesty. Casey's amnesty would give illegal immigrants your Social Security and Medicare. That's right, Casey would give your benefits to illegals, but he'd also make you pay more. Casey voted for higher taxes on seniors' Social Security benefits. Seniors can't afford higher taxes? Bob Casey, taxing you to pay illegals. It's just another Casey con job. It's time for a change. It's time to fire Bob Casey. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. SenateLeadershipFund.org.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas helps more than 1 million businesses prepare to open their doors every day. From fire protection and first aid supplies to facility services and uniforms, Cintas has you covered. Along with a wide variety of products and services, Cintas is proud to be involved with over 400 charitable causes across North America. To learn more about Cintas, visit Cintas.com. Cintas, ready for the workday.
Pens fans, hockey is back, and Labatt Blue Light is ready to hit the ice. Round up your friends, grab some snacks, and get cracking with our pristine Canadian Pilsner while you root on the Penguins during another exciting season. Labatt Blue Light, the official import beer of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Stop by Zookie's Sports Tavern in Falston for $2.50 Labatt Blue 20-ounce drafts during all Penguins games.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Now it's time for the second period recap, brought to you by Giant Eagle. Now back to the Penguins Radio Network.
Carolina Hurricanes lead the Penguins by a pair, 3-1 after 2 periods of play here at PPG Paints Arena. Brian Metzer here with you. And it was Marty Necas cashing for his first of the season on the power play from Seth Jarvis and Sebastian Aho at 6:52. Just the period was full of penalties with both teams kind of going to the box again and again and again. And Penguins a little nondescript on special teams, so to speak. Power play not really getting it done a whole lot, and then their PK allowed 2 goals on the period. I mentioned the Necas one that came at 6:52 with Marcus Pettersson in the box. That was followed by Chris Letang going into the box. Drew O'Connor and Jackson Blake both went at 10:23 for slashing. William Carrier ended up heading to the box for Carolina at 10:45. Drew O'Connor, he was part of the other one. Michael Bunting goes on a 4-minute penalty for high-sticking Svechnikov. Svechnikov coming in to try and lay a big hit on him. He spins, his stick catches him in the face, and on that one, Shane Gostisbehere scores his second from Svechnikov and Necas. It was some cross-rink give-and-go that set up a pass to the middle then, where Gostisbehere lets it fly and beats Joel Blomqvist. It may have hit the backside of Nola Chari and changed direction a little bit. They outshot the Pens in the period 14-5 and now outshooting them for the game 23-9. Not a lot to write home about. What you can write home about is tweeting the old 2-9er. We're doing that next. Tweet us at Penguins Live. Borky answers them for you on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This is the S&T Bank second period instant radio replay.
Brought to you by S&T Bank, proud presenting sponsor of the Penguins Radio Network.
No less than 3 minutes left on this Coppers penalty kill. Cross ice pass over to the far side. Gostisbehere, a one-timer off the post. No, it's in. A 3-1 lead for Carolina as Gostisbehere rips it from the high slot. And a power play goal for the Hurricanes, their second of the night.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
At GetGo, quality is at the core of every menu item. Our 3 expert chefs fine-tune every detail, from how classic and unexpected flavors complement each other to the order each fresh ingredient is added, so that every sub, burger, salad, wrap, drink, and app is crafted for craveability. And we're always searching for bold new recipes and ways to improve your favorites. Order amazing at GetGo Cafe and Market today. Better, believe it.
They say that the best beer you'll ever taste is the one you had the best time while drinking. The secret to the unmatched satisfaction of Icy Light, victory is sweetest hard-earned. And here, we taste it a lot. Icy Light. A surprisingly easy call.
Penguins Pledge is the Penguins' commitment to a better community and environment. Launched in 2023, Penguins Pledge brings awareness and solutions for a more sustainable society. Together with our Pledge champion partners, PPG, US Steel, Endra Energy, Wesco, Coca-Cola, and EQT, the Penguins are excited to inspire our fans and to create action and awareness on issues of environmental and social sustainability. Learn more at PittsburghPenguins.com/Penguins Pledge.
Running your business is tough. Protecting your assets should not be. When it comes to insurance, employee benefits, or surety bonding, rely on the industry experts at PITTSBURGH to help you minimize risk, maximize potential, and improve your bottom line. PITTSBURGH, an official partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
When you're craving a savory snack that's energy boosting, nitrate free, high in protein, and full of flavor, you want the original Mr. Donair beef jerky. High quality protein, finest U.S. beef cuts, nitrate free, premium meat snacks, power play performance. Mr. Donair, proud to be the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Tweet the old 2-9er.
Penguins trail the Hurricanes 3-1 after 2. Brian Metzer here, back with you, and now joined by the old 2-9er Phil Bourque, because he's going to answer your questions. You tweeted to him a little bit earlier in the evening. Bourque, your first one tonight comes in from Nola Pens fan, and I just kind of like the way you asked this. If you could read Mike Sullivan's mind, could you read it on air? Based on what he's saying.
I'd have to really take a second and make it G-rated, first of all.
Yeah.
He can't hide it. It's frustration. It's boiling over.
It sure is.
His body language on the bench is, what are we doing? Some of the decisions with the puck and without the puck are a bit mind-numbing right now. Even with all that said, 2-goal deficit seems like a lot against the Canes, but this is a scrappy bunch. We've seen that a couple times already from. They're not going to go away. The Penguins are not going to go away, but they don't just need to be a little bit better. They need to be a lot better. And I think the body language of their head coach tells me what I'm seeing from up here in the booth.
Completely agree with you. Morgan asked this one this way. When other teams prepare to play the Penguins, what kind of team does the coach tell their players the Penguins are?
That probably says they want to go for it offensively, that they want to be in a bit of a track meet. Now, you talk to the Penguins or Mike Sullivan, they'll say, no. And that's the right answer. Of course they don't, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. It's in their DNA. They're so offensively gifted that if there's a chance to trade chances back and forth, the Penguins probably feel very comfortable in that, even though I don't think that's the best recipe for the way this team is constructed right now for them to win in the regular season, and just as importantly, if they get to the postseason, I don't think it's the recipe to win long term.
Yeah, Tom wanted to know what you could do as a coaching staff to get the guys to maybe do things differently to stop giving up so many odd man rushes, because it's been a bugaboo through the beginning part of this season. Yeah,
and this is where the old school comes into play here for me. The most valuable thing to players is ice time. And if you just say to a guy, hold on a second, and that's it. You just skip him a couple times.
Yeah, the message comes across.
And that to me is the first message to give. You don't have to say anything on the bench. You say, whoa, hold on a minute here. You just kind of grab him, and when it's his turn next, hold on a second here, and you tell somebody else to go out in his place.
Yeah, hurt the pride a little bit.
That's the first little message, and then a lot of the stuff is said behind closed doors, either with video or without.
Yeah, the defense has certainly got to tighten up, though. Not a lot to behold this evening. Borky, thanks for this. I appreciate it.
Okay, pal. Talk to you from Winnipeg on Sunday.
Yes, sir. Sunday afternoon affair here in Pittsburgh. Anyway, whenever we come back, news, notes, and scores on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hey, it's Hockey Talk time, where teamwork takes the spotlight. In hockey, success begins with a superb lineup, much like our Penguins.
Oh, you got that right, Roger. And speaking of success, Ford's lineup offers a winning combination of power, agility, and leadership.
Ooh, sounds like a dream team to me, Jimmy. With that being said, it's our pleasure to introduce an unbeatable roster: Mustang, F-150, Bronco Sport, and Escape.
Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Tender Care Learning Centers, the early education professionals, has been providing quality childcare and preschool education for over 40 years. To find one of our 19 convenient locations near you, visit tendercarelc.org. Tender Care Learning Centers is the childcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pittsburgh knows the strength of a good team. At Tri-State Office Furniture, everyone brings something unique to the table, and we use those abilities to strengthen our team. We go above and beyond to find what's right for you, because once you're in the Tri-State family, you're a part of our team.
Oh, did you not see that insane play? Why are you on your phone right now?
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out the next move for my business.
Sounds like you can use an extra player on your team.
Yeah, like a business power play.
Well, whenever I use S&T Bank, it feels like they're my team of experts ready to help me score big. You should talk to a banker at S&T to learn more and get all the benefits of having an extra player on the ice.
When it's time to set up a winning strategy, S&T Bank will get you in the game. Stop by a branch today or visit stbank.com/PensRadio to learn more. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Penguin fans love to shake things up with the best handcrafted milkshakes you'll find anywhere. The Milkshake Factory is the only place you'll find the amazing array of flavors like campfire s'mores, banana foster, and chocolate-dipped strawberry. Milkshake Factory has been serving up hand-spun milkshakes and house-made chocolates since 1914. It's a flavor utopia. Find the location near you at milkshakefactory.com. It's time for the scoreboard.
Penguins trail the Hurricanes 3-1 after 2 periods of play at PPG Paints Arena. Brian Metzer here with you. We'll see if the Pens can claw themselves back into this hockey game. It's going to require more than 9 shots if they want to do that, though. The Winnipeg Jets, who the Penguins will run into on Sunday, currently up 4-1 on the San Jose Sharks. Ehlers 2 goals in the game, Morrissey 1, and Pionk his first of the season as well. The Ducks and Avalanche will drop the puck at 9 p.m. in Colorado. A quick look around the league. Great outstanding goaltender Jake Ottinger of the Dallas Stars. He inks an 8-year, $66 million contract with the Stars. You have to assume everyone there was waiting to see what was going to happen with Jeremy Swayman, and now that young goaltender signed as well. And Alexander Barkov, who we saw crash into the backboards just a few days back, could return to the Panthers next week. When we come back here, third period action with Joe Brand and Phil Bork on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hello, my dear. We've been waiting all year to unleash the sounds of fear. Soundtracks, scary stories, a howl, and a sneer. SiriusXM Scream, your soundtrack for Halloween, on now, Channel 105, and on the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
You either put up or shut up. Marchand does, Doughty does, Stone does. And if you don't have enough of those players, get rid of them, because they'll make you lose. They'll frustrate the fan base. I want people that are with me, rowing in the same direction. And if you can't, get out of town. We'll find someone who can.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
No one keeps you closer to U.S. soccer than SiriusXM FC.
We're now joined by U.S. men's national team head coach Mauricio Pochettino.
The country is about to compete, to win, and to give everything. What we need to translate to the fans, we need to be protagonists, we need to be aggressive team, an entertainment team, because we are USA and the culture is about to win.
Hear more from Mauricio Pochettino on the SiriusXM app. Just search FC.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
the biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, scores!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM.
Ray Hudson here with an important announcement. You can listen to your favorite SiriusXM FC shows on the all-new SiriusXM app, now available for all subscribers.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Everything is better on ice. SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Michael Bunting. Now let's get back to the action called by Joe Brand and the old 2-9er, Phil Bourque.
Been a couple of highly offensive third periods for the Penguins over their last two games. They could use some in this one. They're outscoring their opponents 8-7 in the final 20 minutes. They trail the Carolina Hurricanes 3-1. Along with the old 2-9er, Phil Bourque, I'm Joe Brand. We're up here in the broadcast booth built by 84 Lumber. Kind of put up or shut up time for the Pens here in this period, Borky.
Yeah, fair enough. Big boy hockey here. The Penguins are down 3-1 in their last game after the first period against the Buffalo Sabres. They scored 2 in the second, and they, went back and forth on lead changes. And here they are again, 2-goal deficit. Same recipe. You can't get both goals back in one shift, but you chip away at it. And you need to get these fans involved. They're ready to explode. They want something special to happen. So just to say, hey, boys, first 10 minutes we get one, second 2 minutes we get the second one, and then we let the best team win from there. But Joel Blomqvist has given the Penguins a chance to hang around in this hockey game. Penguins' young goaltender has been outstanding.
3 unanswered goals by the Hurricanes in this game as the opening face-off to begin the third is brought to you by number 1 Cochrane. Go one better. Penguins have it in their own zone. Pettersson and Carlson playing catch. Now pushed ahead to Anthony Beauvillier. Jumped off of Sidney Crosby, stick on the far side over to the corner in the Carolina zone. Erik Karlsson gets a touch on it below the goal line. Pitched up to the near point. Anthony Beauvillier walking the blue line down to Crosby at the near circle. From the half wall, a cross ice pass to Pettersson. Pettersson taken down to the ice as it was taken by Carrier. He flips it up into the air to the neutral zone. Both teams will get a change as Karlsson chases it down to the right of Joel Blomqvist. A minute into this third period, 3-1 Carolina. Drew O'Connor with speed over the Carolina line. Sends it over to the far side, ripping a shot, chest save from Anderson. Now down to the ice goes Drew O'Connor in the crease. Anderson was down as well. Carolina, though, with the puck. As Jarvis takes it out to the neutral zone. Cross ice pass over to the far side where Grizzly quickly pushes it ahead to Drew O'Connor. Burns is there to pick up the puck at the far half wall. Got pinned into the boards by O'Connor. Puck goes over to the corner of Evgeny Malkin with it. A backhanded pass right to the stick of Jarvis of Carolina. Sent ahead to Svechnikov from the far half wall. He takes it below the goal line. Backhanded tough angle shot. Missed everyone where Puljujärvi will pick it up. Eller swats it down over into Carolina's end on the far side. Gostisbehere settling it down. Now pushed up to Jarvis in front of Carolina's penalty box. Drury will lift it up into the air. It hits off the shelf in the near boards. Where Joel Blomqvist left it for Ryan Graves. Jack St. Ivany from the near corner. Loses it, has to chase it down to the near half wall. Carolina keeps it alive in the Penguin zone, but a poke check by Ryan Graves, and then he gets tripped down by Robinson. This is going to be a delayed penalty as Graves has it below the Penguins goal line. Blomqvist not leaving his net yet because the puck was just alive. Now a clearing attempt will get settled down by Gostisbehere. Penn's going to the PP.
Here's your call. Easy one.
Carolina, number 50. 2 minor penalty, tripping.
You know what didn't help Robinson? And it's clearly a trip. He gets a stick in between the feet, but shift prior to that, Carrier could have easily been called for tripping up Marcus Pettersson. It was a non-call, so this one, absolutely. And boy, oh boy, what a chance for this Penguins power play to get them right back in the game.
Karlsson with a backhanded pass trying to center it to Crosby and missed him. Now to the high slot, Chris Letang over to the far half wall for Karlsson. Backhands it over to Brian Rust. Now who puts it down to the corner for Malkin. Shakes around the defense of Brent Burns. Takes it along the far wall, the far circle. Brings it up to the high slot. Chris Letang, far point, over to Carlson, far circle. Crosby ripped a shot, but it didn't get a clean attack. Hang on it, and now Carolina swats it down all the way to the Penguin zone.
Oh, that's just bad chemistry between Carlson and Crosby. Sid was the bump out guy, ready for a one-timer. Sid looked at the net. Just as he looked at the net, that's when Carlson decided to pass on the puck.
Now Malkin with a touch pass intended for Carlson, almost tapped it past, but Anderson got his blocker on it. 1:10 left on this Penguins power play as they regroup. 3-1 Carolina in the third period. Left back for Malkin, who gallops over the neutral zone and over the Canes line to the far side for Crosby. Tried to toss a centering pass, stolen by Chatfield. He swats it down the length of the ice, as that'll milk off more time of this Penguins power play. 54 seconds left. Matt Grzelcyk now on the near side of the Penguin zone, leaves it back. Ricard Raquel gaining speed, second unit out there for the Pens. Jesse Puljujarvi at the near half wall, rung along the boards to Kevin Hayes at the far point. Felt some pressure, and now it's a 2-on-1 for Carolina. Carrier at the far side, rips a shot, missed wide. Blomqvist got a piece of it. Now left for Puljujarvi. Here come the Pens with some speed, but it's poked free as Puljujarvi couldn't cleanly bring it over the Carolina line. Puck alive in between the penalty boxes. Puljujarvi with a cross-ice pass to Kevin Hayes. 20 seconds left on this Penguins power play. Rung along the board, stopped by Slavin though at the near point. Stolen by Lars Eller. Sends it up to the near point for Matt Grzelcyk. Had to shuffle it. He did keep it alive in the Carolina zone. Lars Eller with it. Cross-ice pass over to Kevin Hayes. Far circle over to Raquel, but a Carolina stick got in the way. Clearing attempt kept in by Eller. 2 seconds left on the Pens power play, but a pass to the neutral zone for Matt Grzelcyk is offside for the Pens, and that will go back to 5-on-5.
I hate to be a negative Nancy, but the Penguins are their own worst enemy right now. They obviously do not have anything close to their A game, and they're trying to make passes like they're just hitting on all cylinders. And it's frustrating to watch because if they just, I don't want to say dumb it down, but just keep it simple, simpler than what they're trying right there, maybe things will start to fall for them. But the Canes are feeling like, man, you're letting us off the hook here when you actually had some momentum and you had some chances there.
Marcus Pettersson with a pass over to the near boards that Jack St. Ivan. He has to chase down, erased by Roslovic. He got a backhanded shot on Blomqvist with another save. Kept alive at the near point for Carolina, then poked free by Drew O'Connor's effort. Now he takes it over the Carolina line. Loose puck over the far side. Cody Glass shoots, and it just got off the blocker from Anderson. Penguins still have it in Carolina's zone. Pettersson with a pass over to O'Connor left of the net. And we'll get a stoppage in play. 15-15 left in regulation, 3-1 Carolina.
What a chance there for the Penguins' fourth line. As Glass shot it, it went 5-hole on Anderson.
Oh.
And then how this thing doesn't go in the net is absolutely remarkable. It kind of rattles around a little bit in the 5-hole as he's down in his butterfly, and somehow it decides to take a bit of a left turn and just kind of glances in such slow motion past the post. Oh, man, that would have been a great break for the Penguins there if Cody Glass in the fourth line could have made this a one-goal hockey game.
Now Chris Letang cranks a pass to Matt Grzelcyk, throws a tough angle shot off of Anderson. Loose puck in the slot. And the Canes take it out of their zone. It's Carrier bringing it over into the Penguins' end of the far corner. Pitches it along the end boards onto the stick of Martinook. Then stolen by Chris Letang, who sends it over to the far side. Brent Burns first to get it. Tough shot, rather quick shot on Blomqvist. That's steered over to the left. Martinook sends it up to the near point as Slavin rings it along the boards. Fought for at the corner, the trapezoid by Matt Grzelcyk. Now the puck pitched free over to the far side of the Penguins zone. Anthony Beauvillier skates it to the back wall, stolen by Stahl. Now loose puck in front, Martinook shoots, and Blomqvist got a piece of it as it's taken by Sidney Crosby. Looking to pitch it out of the Penguins zone, but kept alive by Carolina once again. Fought for in the corner, escaped out to Matt Grzelcyk, and will take it out of his own zone. 14:20 left in regulation. Penguins down by a pair. Penguins with it in their own zone. They lift it up into the air over to Carolina's end as the Canes push it up to the neutral zone. Seth Jarvis will ring it along the boards. Marcus Pettersson flings it off the far boards and now catches his own pass. Puck goes sputtering to the neutral zone, settled down by Gostisbehere and Carolina's end. Pushed ahead to Sebastian Aho, now pitched back over to the Penguins' end. Kenny Malkin picks it up behind Blomqvist's net. Feeds it to Pettersson with a soft pass to the neutral zone right to Carolina. Backhand chip from Walker back over into the Penguins' end. Pettersson picks it up once again along the far wall. He loses it. Sebastian Aho, far point. Down to Jarvis. Turnaround pass intended for Svechnikov. as Nola Chari got in the way of it. Erik Karlsson got in the way of it. Now settled down by Carolina. They'll regroup in the neutral zone. Svechnikov over the Penguins line. Lost in the high slot. Lars Eller has it. Galloping in the neutral zone. Will throw it off the near boards into Carolina's end. Chased after in the corner by Michael Bunting. Fight for it along the end boards. 3 Penguins, 3 Canes, and now pulled free by Orlov. On the near corner, it's taken away by Bunting. Couldn't get a clean pass off. Stolen by Carolina. Now pushed ahead to Lars Eller. Another fight for it in the corner by Bunting, who will softly send it over to the far wall. As Blake escaped it out, here comes Carolina in transition yet again. Drury, far circle, cross-ice pass. Orlov, a shot. Blomqvist right on top of it. Making another save with 12:52 left in regulation. 3-1 Carolina. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
I think C.J. Stroud just has that poise. Plays like he's been in like 10 or 12 years.
When it happens in the NFL, we're reacting to it on Sirius XM NFL Radio.
Brock Purdy's playing unbelievable. I think kind of quietly he's just been brushing it.
Get closer to the game with interviews with players, coaches, and executives.
Quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, Kirk Cousins. Each week has been continuous improvement. Let's keep that going.
From the field to the front office, nobody covers the game like Sirius XM NFL Radio. Channel 88.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
You either put up or shut up. Marchand does, Doughty does, Stone does. And if you don't have enough of those players, get rid of them, because they'll make you lose. They'll frustrate the fan base. I want people that are with me, rowing in the same direction. And if you can't, get out of town. We'll find someone who can.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
No one keeps you closer to U.S. soccer than Sirius XM FC.
We're now joined by U.S. men's national team head coach Mauricio Pochettino.
The country is about to compete, to win, and to give everything. What we need to translate to the fans, we need to be protagonists, we need to be aggressive team, an entertainment team, because we are USA and the culture is about to win.
Hear more from Mauricio Pochettino on the Sirius XM app. Just search FC.
Overpacked Variety 15-pack. Southern Tier Brewing Company, Lakewood, New York, 21+.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh, where the Penguins trail the Carolina Hurricanes 3-1, 12:52 left in regulation. Hey, Joe, did you get your bobblehead?
I did.
I want to thank Emma Kilmer, who's responsible for those 2 babies coming up here, and they are beauties. Mario Lemieux bobblehead, and a big thanks to UPMC. These things are gorgeous. Can't wait to get it home.
I don't know if I want to take it out of the box.
No.
Yeah, it's one of those collector items,
pristine,
right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
As soon as you take it out, it loses its value, but yeah. Thank you very much. We were talking about at the beginning of the year if we were going to get a pair. Lo and behold, as Nola Chari takes it over the Canes line, brings it below the goal line, loses it. Good defense from Drury. Pitched up to the near half wall. Kevin Hayes with it. Jack St. Ivany near circle. Throws one towards the net. Oh, Chari tried to redirect it in. Got thrown down to the ice. Puck rolls over to the far half wall. Kevin Hayes fighting for it. As Cody Glass digs after it. Now pitched out to the neutral zone. Chased after by Jack St. Ivany. 12:20 left in regulation. Penguins down by a pair. Ryan Graves sends it ahead to Kevin Hayes, who will direct it over into the Carolina end. Thrown along the near wall. Out to the neutral zone, where Robinson cranks it down over to the Penguins end. Blomqvist out of his net to stop it. Chris Letang in behind Blomqvist's net. Waits for some traffic to get through. Sends it along the rather far boards, but stolen by Carolina, who will chip it right back down to the Penguins end. Letang again with it on the near side. Pitches it along the near boards as Anthony Beauvillier comes speeding over Carolina's line. Lost it at the near circle. Hurricanes will throw it on out. As Jarvis cranks it off the near boards into the Penguins' end. Goes over to the far corner. Svechnikov lost the puck. Penguins have it. Crosby over the logo. Leaves it for Brian Russ, who left it back for Crosby. Centering pass. Beauvillier, a drive pad save from Anderson. Penguins still have it alive. Karlsson throws one towards the net. Missed a little bit off to the right. Rebound goes over to the far side. Taken by Carolina. Seth Jarvis taken down to the ice by Crosby with a side hit along the boards. Carolina dumps it into the Penguins end. Both teams get a change. Karlsson with it in the neutral zone over the Penguins logo. Sent ahead to Drew O'Connor. Missed his stick though. Carolina quickly pushes it the other way as Martinook faces after it in the corner. Going against Marcus Pettersson. Fought for along the near boards. Evgeny Malkin chips it free over to Drew O'Connor. His through the legs pass got stolen by Carolina. Look out, here's Martinook in the slot, throws one on net, off to the right. Martinook in behind the net, backhanded centering pass, and again taken by the Penguins. Malkin on the far side of the neutral zone, flutters it towards Drew O'Connor, looking for a lead pass but couldn't find it cleanly. Puck alive in the Hurricane zone. In the near corner, it's Malkin centering pass. Drew O'Connor, a shot goes off the shoulder of Anderson.
That's his best save right there. That was a bullet. Quick release by Drew O'Connor.
Malkin to Jack St. Ivany. St. Ivany rips a shot blocker save over to the far side. Martinook will backhand pitch it out to the neutral zone, clearing it down the length of the ice. That'll be icing. 10-13 left in regulation. 3-1 Carolina.
Injured? Call the expert personal injury attorneys of Shenderovich and Fishman. They'll handle all types of injury cases. Their fee is only 25%. Don't pay 40% some of these other law firms. They're smart, aggressive, experienced, and they have a 99.7% success rate. So that means they win. Car accidents, motorcycle wrecks, tractor-trailer crashes, dog bites, any accident, 25%. And there is never a fee unless they win. Shenderovich, and Fishman. 1-888-98-TWINS. They've got your back, not your wallet.
Time is money right now for the Penguins. Less than 10 minutes left in regulation. 3-1 Carolina. The Hurricanes take it over the Penguins line. Kotkaniemi on the far side. Thrown into the boards by Ryan Graves as the puck gets pitched into the air on the far side of the neutral zone, and it flips over into Carolina's bench. 9:45 left in regulation. 3-1, the Hurricanes lead the Pens. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Black and gold are the colors that not only honor our city, but our sports. Together, we're proud sponsors of the early mornings, dedication, breakaway goals, excitement, losing your voice, and passion. We are black and gold. We are Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hey, hockey fans, the ice is heating up and the savings are too at Spitzer Auto World. Shop thousands of new vehicles at the Panda price. And here's the hat trick. Get a lifetime warranty at no charge. Wag more, spend less at Spitzer Auto World.
Our world revolves around you.
9:45 left in this one. Penguins down 3-1 to the Carolina Hurricanes along with the old 2-9er. Phil Bourque, I'm Joe Brand. Wrapping up a short 2-game homestand here in Pittsburgh, and then it's back off to Canada, Bourque. 4 games out to the western side of the northern border.
Winnipeg, Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver. And Edmonton-Vancouver will be a back-to-back situation. And then the Penguins will come home. And a quick reminder, October 29th. If you do not have tickets to this game, go on Ticketmaster right now or go to the Pittsburgh Penguins website or app and get yourself tickets to this game. Why? It's the 29th. The little 2-9er, Marc-Andre Fleury, will be here. Possibly, probably the last time ever. You will not be disappointed. Get yourself a pair. Get the kiddies. Get yourself 4 tickets. Get down here to the PPG Paints Arena to see Marc-Andre Fleury and the Minnesota Wild take on your Pens.
And the last time Penguins fans can give Flower his flowers.
There you go.
Did you happen to see his Halloween costume?
I did.
McLovin from Superbad. It was
gorgeous.
A spitting image.
Incredible.
Well, only the Flower could pull off a look like that and make it look good. We've got 9 minutes left in regulation of this one. 3-1 Carolina as the Hurricanes have it in the neutral zone. Roslovic over the Penguins line, fires a shot and scores. A wrister from the far circle as Chris Letang whips his stick against the near boards. It's a 4-1 lead for Carolina right at the dead 9-minute mark of regulation here in Pittsburgh.
Perfect shot. This one catches the iron and goes in. And that's a perfect shot by Roslovic. And Chris Letang, I don't say this about Chris Letang, but he dumped the puck out into the neutral zone and then was just stuck. Literally stuck in the mud. And he couldn't recover quick enough as the quick counterattack by the Canes. And Roslovic gets the puck, comes down the right side of the slot, probably from about 27, 28 feet, but he rips it. He's got so much time because Letang can't cover. And he goes short side, glove side. It catches the shoulder of Blomqvist and catches the bar and goes down. It's 4-1 Canes. That's a big goal.
First goal of the year for Roslovic in his third game. This is only the third game for the Canes this year. As Borky mentioned earlier in the broadcast, they were supposed to have a contest against Tampa Bay as this one goes down for icing. It was postponed due to the unfortunate weather down in the southeast. The Canes beginning a 6-game road trip, and they're off to a good start, a 4-1 lead against the Penguins with 8:30 left here.
I didn't want to mention this before the Roslovic goal, but I'll bring it up now. Last year, the Canes, when they lead after 40 minutes of play, 33-2-2. When that situation occurs on the road, they were 15-1-1. That's a team that knows how to tighten the screws, if you know what I mean. Hand pass here against the Penguins.
And Carolina just obviously good overall, but they took care of business on the road. 25-13-3 last year away from Tobacco Road. Finished second in the Metro, lost in the second round of the New York Rangers. And again, playing in just their third game of the season. They'll continue on the road in St. Louis tomorrow night. They're going to face off to the left of Blomqvist. Penguins trying to get it out of their zone. Onto the stick of Karlsson, who will feed it to Pettersson on the far side. 8:10 left in regulation. 4-1 Carolina here in Pittsburgh. Puck fought for in the corner, and the Penguins are in Carolina's zone. Pitch free to the corner boards as Eller chases after it. Cody Glass digs it out and onto the stick of Blake. Now over to Drury over the Penguins line near side. Pass got broken up by Karlsson. Drury takes it back, but then found some friendly fire. Interrupted by his teammate of Blake. Penguins miss a pass in the neutral zone. Easily onto the stick of Carolina. Brent Burns will crank it to the neutral zone. The puck went off one of the Hurricanes and then off one of the feet of the official who was sitting on the bench. Carolina takes it back. 7:30 left in regulation here from PPG Paints Arena. 4-1 Carolina. Evgeny Malkin digs it out for the far side. Drew O'Connor tried to take it to the neutral zone, but Carolina interrupted it as Sebastian Aho will bring it along the boards up to the far half wall. Ryan Graves breaks one of the Hurricanes off the puck. Ricard Raquel takes it over the Hurricanes line to the near corner. Races after it, sends it to the far side for Drew O'Connor. Chipped up to the far half wall. Clearing attempt by Svechnikov was stolen by Graves, who will send it back along the boards. And now Carolina takes it back yet again on the near side. Sebastian Aho in the neutral zone. Chip forward to Seth Jarvis. Backhanded centering pass intended for Svechnikov that Graves got in the way of. And now Carolina with it in the near circle in the Penguin zone. The high slot. And over to Jarvis in the far circle. He sends it along the boards where Letang is there to pitch it out to Raquel at the near half wall. Drew O'Connor with the only goal for the Penguins tonight. After that, 4 unanswered by Carolina in this game. This one goes up and out of play. Watch out.
That's a problem.
Far side.
That's going to be a delay game. Puck over the glass.
So into the box.
Carrier.
Carolina, number 26. 2-minute minor penalty delay game, shooting the puck out from his defensive zone.
Sean Walker. 26, not 28.
Their numbers are horrible to read.
They're tough. They're tough, buddy. I know.
They're very
6s and 8s.
They're very slim and they're very squeezed together. Mm-hmm. And if they're on the other side of the ice and you only see the sleeve, don't even ask. Well, here we go. An opportunity for the Pens here on the power play. And the first win of the draw from Carolina. They send it all the way down the length of the ice. 1:50 left on this Pens power play. They're 0 for 4 tonight with 4 shots on net. Brian Rust near half wall. Pass got broken up over to the near corner. Now taken by Jordan Stahl of Carolina. He'll slowly bring it out to the neutral zone and softly chip it over to the Penguins end. 1:30 left on the Penguins power play. Less than 6 minutes left in regulation. Carolina leads by 3. Top power play unit out there. Crosby at the near point. Loses the puck as Carolina will send it back down the length of the ice. Chatfield with a drive that Blomqvist out of his net plays it to his left. Feeds Chris Letang. Letang now with speed in the neutral zone. Sent over to Crosby. That'll be offside.
Yeah, and I think the number one unit's going to come off here. There's a level of frustration, and that goal by Roslovic took a lot out of the Penguins. You can just see in their body language. And just a side note, Evgeny Malkin, Sidney Crosby, Penguins have 19 shots. Sid and Gino, 0 each.
It was just 2 games ago in Montreal that those two had a combined 1 shot on goal.
Yeah.
The lone goal being Malkin's empty netter.
Empty netter at the very end. Yeah. You don't see that from Sid very often. You just don't. Never mind 2 of the last 3 games.
Second power play unit out there for the Penguins with a minute left on their power play. Grzelcyk from the far point. Backhand chips it as Lars Eller goes tumbling down to the ice. Somebody's stick broke. It was Chatfield of Carolina. Ricard Raquel throws one towards the net. Almost redirected in. Loose puck in front. Pad save from Frederick. Still a loose puck. And then he falls his upper body on top of it to freeze the puck with 46 seconds left in the Penguins power play.
Freddie Anderson, 6'4", 227 pounds. And he takes up a lot of net, obviously, with those dimensions. He's not the most athletic, but he's pretty positionally sound, and he had to really battle there. He had to battle. The Penguins did a good job of getting the puck into his feet and trying to get their sticks underneath Freddie Anderson. He did a really good job to pin that black puck to the blue paint.
35-year-old goaltender from Denmark, a clearing attempt from Carolina goes unsuccessful. Here's Kevin Hayes at the near circle, ripped a shot, almost got redirected in by Puljujarvi's stick. Now a centering pass gets lost right onto the stick of Robinson. Carolina breaks it out over the neutral zone. Drury over the Penguins line. Looks for a lead pass to Robinson and another save from Blomqvist. Well, taken by Ricard Raquel near side of the neutral zone. 23 seconds left on the Penguins power play. Broken up pass goes over to the far corner. Puljujarvi sends it along the boards to Lars Eller. Jabbed away at by a couple of Penguins and a few Canes. As Ricard Raquel escapes it out to Kevin Hayes. He can't handle the tumbling puck. Has to retract it in the neutral zone. 5 seconds left on the Penguins power play. 4-1 Carolina. Here's Kevin Hayes at the near circle in Carolina's zone. Out of the box is Walker. Kevin Hayes throws one towards the net, off a skate, popped up into the air. It's still live over to the far corner. That's Slavin first to get to it from Carolina. Chipped up into the air. Jack St. Ivany will settle it down. 4:10 left in regulation. 4-1 Carolina. Jack St. Ivany throws it off the far boards. That chips up into the air into Carolina's bench. 4:03 left in regulation. Pens down by 3. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
2K your way with SiriusXM channels designed to shift your timeline. Jump into the pit with hard rock and new metal on Turbo, Channel 41.
It's just one of those days.
Go hard all day with zeros and tens hip hop on Flex 2K, Channel 49. Beats in the track. Or sink into your feels with alternative anthems on Alt 2K. Listen to all of these and more 2000s channels across SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
You either put up or shut up. Marchand does, Doughty does, Stone does. And if you don't have enough of those players, get rid of them, because they'll make you lose. They'll frustrate the fan base. I want people that are with me, rowing in the same direction. And if you can't, get out of town. We'll find someone who can.
The Power Play. Weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91 and the Sirius XM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind, wrist the line, and walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM. The best hockey lives here.
Burns gets it back, stick handles to the backhand, moves in front, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
Time winding down here from Pittsburgh. 4:03 left. It's 4-1 Carolina. Along with the old 2-9er Phil Bourque, I'm Joe Brand. We're up here in the broadcast booth built by 84 Lumber. Carolina looking for their second win of the year. Penguins in danger of falling back to 500 at 3-3-0. Big road trip coming up for the Pens. 4 games up in Canada. We'll get a face-off at the far right dot in front of Carolina's zone. Rather, in front of Carolina's bench. Penguins dump it into Carolina's zone now. Hung along the boards, chased after by Cody Glass at the near corner. Left it for Noel Achari. Below the goal line, stops on a dime. Backhanded shot, loose puck to the right side. Penguins can't get a swat at it. Taken by Carolina over to the far boards in their own zone. Walker sends it over to the end boards. And pitched up to the near point as Roslovic has a handle of it. 3:30 left in regulation. Cody Glass breaking up a pass. Carolina gets it to the neutral zone. Ryan Graves collects, and the Penguins regroup in their own zone.
Michael Bunting was on that fourth line with Glass and Achari instead of Kevin Hayes.
O'Connor takes it over the Carolina line from the near point, fought after and taken by Kokaniemi, the former Montreal Canadian.
And here's Drew O'Connor up where Bunting was with Evgeny Malkin.
Robinson a drive, went off the skate of Ryan Graves over to the far point. A one-timer Chatfield, that missed wide. Orlov with it at the near half wall. Kokaniemi flings it around the boards over to the far point. Chatfield again. Stops it, spins it along the boards. Off the stick of Robinson. St. Ivan need to pick it up.
No stick for Graves, it's broken.
There's Evgeny Malkin. Picks it up, galloping in the neutral zone over the Canes line. Almost weaved through traffic, but couldn't get past Chatfield. And now the puck slowly goes over to the far half wall, chased after by Pettersson. He and Chatfield collide. Cross-ice pass to Orlov that he plays off the near boards in between the penalty boxes. Drury with a shot that missed wide. Pitched out to the far point, kept alive by Carolina. Here's Slavin in the near circle. Slavin takes it to the goal line, tough angle shot, went off the side of the cage. Out to Burns at the far point. Burns fires a shot. Blocker save from Blomqvist. 2:10 left in regulation, 4-1 Carolina. Kane still with it in the Penguins zone at the near point. Jabbed after along the boards as Drury spits it out to the near corner. Carlson takes it and drags it over to the far corner. Ricard Raquel out there with Crosby and O'Connor right now. Fighting for it in that far corner. 1:50 left in regulation. Soft puck along the boards. That's passed over on a hand pass to stop the clock with 1:44 left in regulation. 4-1 Hurricanes.
Well, from yellow bridges to championship banners, Pittsburgh is known for its icons. Orr's Jewelers is one of them. Family owned for 3 generations, a true hometown gem. Orr's Jewelers, the official jeweler of your Pittsburgh Penguins. Orr's rocks.
3-goal deficit for the Penguins right now with 1:44 left in regulation. Carolina looking for their second win of the year. In their first 3 games, Penguins in danger of falling to 3-3-0. As Carolina Hurricanes came into this game, Borky, they've got the best defense over the last 5 seasons.
Yeah. Their head coach, man, Rob Rindamore. Some people say he's too demanding. He wears on guys, but you can't deny the results he gets.
There's a shot coming from the far circle from Carolina. A quick, tough angle shot and a backhand sweep that Blomqvist stuffs up. Can't blame really any 4 of the goals on Joel Blomqvist, Borky, and he's had quite a night.
No, unfortunately, it's a crooked number up there for Joel with a 4 up there, but man, I early on, he gave the Penguins a chance. I mean, I know they scored the first goal, but a little over a minute after the first goal, the Penguins broke down their defensive zone coverage. There's just no chance for Blomqvist. He's made multiple big saves early on in this game, just to allow the Penguins to hang around.
And Alex Nedeljkovic as Sidney Crosby gets tripped down to the ice. Penguins have a delayed penalty here as Carolina will stop the clock with a minute left as Blake will go to the box.
Sid talking to Chatfield here. And very animated is the Penguins captain.
Carolina 53, minor penalty, tripping.
One of the officials in C.J. Murray having to get in front of Sid. So the Penguins back in the power play. Unsuccessful tonight. 0 for 4, so their last chance at it with exactly a minute left. A 3-goal deficit. The Penguins win the draw. Letang with it at the far point. Walks the blue line. Gives it to Rust at the near point. Over to Malkin above the near circle in the slot. Sends it over to Carlson. Now back up to Letang. Somebody lost a stick. It's one of the Canes. Yeah, Chatfield. It's broken. So 5-on-4 for the Penguins here, but one of the Canes without a stick in Chatfield. High slot Letang sends a drive. Martinook got in the way of it. Loose puck in the near wall. Malkin digs after it as Russ slams Martinook into the boards. Puck now free in the near corner. 28 seconds left in regulation. The Penguins still on this power play. Carlson at the far corner, sends it up to Letang, high slot. Crosby with a touch pass to Brian Rush, shoulder save from Anderson. Crosby with it below the goal line, centering pass, and another save by Anderson. Carlson with a tough angle shot. It gets free out to Letang. He goes for the redirection against Malkin. That couldn't go. Crosby a one-timer, shoulder save from Anderson. Loose puck to the left of Russ. Pass to Carlson, jumps over his stick, and that'll do it. Pens unsuccessful on their last couple of breaths on the power play. Wouldn't have been enough to tie the game. They're down by 3. But unfortunately unable to pick up any momentum on the power play to end this one. A 4-1 winner for the Carolina Hurricanes. Penguins fall to 3-3-0 on the season with the loss.
I appreciate the effort at the end there, but way too little, way too late. This is one of those games you got to reflect. You got to look yourself in the mirror. You got to look your team in the mirror. There was just too many leaks in the dam here tonight to even think you're going to compete against a team that's so buttoned up defensively and have enough guys that can hurt you offensively. And you know, you look at their lineup. You got Roslovic with a goal. You got Blake with a goal. You know, their power play gets a goal, and Shane Goss is spare. So it wasn't, you know, the Ahos and the Svechnikovs and the Jarvis. Those weren't the guys that did all the damage. No surprise. Complete team effort here by the Canes.
Even after the win against Buffalo the other night, there were not a lot of impressed Penguins with their effort. The coaching staff also making it clear that happy to pull out a win, but still not the effort that was needed. And the turnaround tonight, Penguins did get the first goal thanks to Drew O'Connor. It was on only their second shot. And then the Hurricanes came back with 4 unanswered goals. A 4-1 final here from PPG Paints Arena. We'll take a quick break and wrap this one up a little bit further as the Penguins fall to the Canes 4-1 from Pittsburgh. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The Penguins Radio Network is presented by S&T Bank and brought to you in part by Labatt and Labatt Blue Light, the official import beers of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Always enjoy responsibly. By your Pittsburgh area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing. By the Pennsylvania